Wait, really? I mean,
Very rarely do I play sports games for the achievements.
Yeah, to be fair, the sports achievements in FIFA are just
that would
stupid.
take forever. But anyways, we are live. Hello,
Oh
everyone.
shoot, we are.
Welcome to another episode 11 of the No Hacks Required podcast. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend.
And that's my key to exit.
No, it's not.
Skidoo.
All right.
That's my choosy yo dabba do.
Guys, how are you today? And what have you been doing? Playing? Please share with the audience what you're up to.
I haven't been playing much in terms of actually saying that I did start trying to plan on Minecraft,
Oh yeah, you
making
did.
my runs. I have done about 50% of the base game achievements. I am not going to attempt the expansion pack DLC
Really?
trophies because they are annoying and hard, and nobody wants to do them apart from stupid perfectionists like Tox.
Oh.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret, dude.
Oh shit.
If you go onto the Xbox Achievements website, there's actually a server that they created where they streamlined the entire thing, just where you can very easily just knock out these achievements. They're like, so if it's like, craft this, they give you in a chest, they give you the materials that you need to craft it. You craft it, the achievement pops, move on to the next one. You don't have to go grinding for shit.
Interesting. And this server is on Xbox, you said?
Well, since I did it on Xbox, yes. But it's actually cross-platform server though, because in the world that it has set up, it has like all of the achievements in like set up in this in rows, and like sectioned off based off of the update number, the patch number. But there's also like a little PlayStation section, and I'm not sure what the PlayStation section's for, because like I said, I did it on Xbox. But yeah, you can use it for both.
Well, the news is I'm doing this on PlayStation.
Well, it's either way.
Yeah, it's there, but
yeah,
I've also started my own world and I'm grinding through that slowly. So I'm more than happy to carry on. There's not really any achievements I consider difficult in the base game that I saw.
Speaking of that,
I died a bunch of times.
About how many? I want to give a shout out to M because she's the one that actually started the realm for all of us, and she named it after the podcast. Yeah. So thank you for getting the No Hacks Required realm. I really appreciate that. You guys should really join us for that because all we have right now, so far we only have 4 people in there, right? Like it's just M, Leighton, Blade, and I. So you still got room if you guys are interested. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow for a little bit.
Yeah, we can do some cross-plat fun.
Yep. Oh, dude, definitely. That thing works so well. We only had like 1 or 2 issues, but other than that, like everything else, it's like really smooth. I liked it.
Yeah. How are you faring in Minecraft now? Because the only time we played, that was literally your first time playing the game.
Yeah. For some reason, you didn't join last week. I had a session with M. We invited Leighton, but he couldn't join. He had issues, and it was kind of late for him, so he didn't get on. We just worked a little bit more on our community house. Leighton, holy crap, he made his own house, and it's pretty cool. He made one little path down to the mine, to the quarry, and then M and I tried to put stairs on the other one so you can have like a bigger entrance, and she even covered everything with glass. That was nice. After that, like Leighton and her have been playing a lot more than we have, and they've done great things with the realm. And I think the other day I tried to log on like late at night because it was a free download on console, so I'm like, I'm just gonna see what this looks like on the bigger TV on Xbox, and I checked it out for a while, and it was nice. It's very relaxing. It looks really pretty on the bigger screen, so I can only imagine what it would be like if you were to have a PC that has ray tracing enabled, because they added it recently and it's probably gonna be so much better. So I just try to be like, hey, if we're not gonna have like community night, I can just go on my own and try to learn the ropes and all that. I've been watching videos, so I'm like, I can just chill on the console when I don't have to be on PC for that. So I've logged on to it like 3-4 times, and so far so good. I'm still learning, but I'm liking it. It's a really chill experience, not gonna lie. So I can't believe it took me this long to actually play that. Thanks for asking, by the way.
Yeah, you play Minecraft. What was the other game I started playing? Outlast.
Oh, I saw that, dude.
Oh,
how did that go?
I have a very, very bad story to tell about Outlast.
Spill it.
Kill me. So, I'd already done Outlast on Xbox, so I knew like where most of the trophies were and what I had to do for most of them. So I thought, hey, I'll do it in 2 playthroughs. It shouldn't be too difficult. Just beat the game
I
once, get all the
remember.
collectibles. Get all the collectibles in the first playthrough, and like beat the game. That'll get me all the trophies minus the insane run, which I'll do in a second playthrough. Except
Oh
I
no.
missed a collectible.
Nice.
I missed one collectible. So I have to do 3 playthroughs now.
Jeez.
And I don't want to do the 3 playthroughs because I know that Outlast is just going to be... It's not even going to be like a fun like second playthrough because it's just going to be just running through and grabbing all the trophies and all the collectibles, sorry. Just to get that one trophy.
Oh
The Insane
lord.
Run will be more fun because I'll be more on edge. I have done the Insane Run once on Xbox,
True.
and it wasn't difficult, but it's just a case of doing the whole game in one sitting. That was honestly the hardest part for me, doing the whole game in one sitting.
Oh.
Because I was like, oh, I get bored. I'm gonna get bored of this so quickly. So I streamed it just so I can keep myself. I was like, hey, I have to finish this. I'm on stream. That gives you like the motivation to finish it a bit quicker. I think it took me like an hour and a half to do it.
Oh god.
Nice.
There you
I
go.
didn't do the. I didn't do the. I didn't do the. I did the. I tried the attempted DLC on stream, and then I think I died like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, right, no, doing this on my own. But the DLC takes like 20 minutes anyway.
I
So I was like,
remember
okay.
that.
That was genuinely one of the first times I rage quit from a game on stream. But I beat it. I beat it in the same day.
Nice.
There you go.
I think you got mad at me because I didn't finish it on stream.
Oh.
Dogs.
Oh.
Talk
Yeah.
to me saying like, why you not do this on stream? I'm like, well, because I got mad.
I mean, it's understandable. I would have liked to see it, but it's understandable. No worries.
Well, you can see the Insane Run on PlayStation then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just make sure you stream it.
Oh snap! Yeah, we'll watch that too. Just let us know.
When
Tag me
I'm
and I'll
done
be
when
there.
I've done the collectibles, I'm gonna do the collectibles first, and then I'm gonna do the Insane Run.
Cool.
Fair
Just so I have
enough.
nothing else. Just so I know I have nothing else to do.
And
And
that
then we'll do
works.
Spyro 2 and 3 as well.
I thought you were already working through Spyro 3. I've seen you playing that off stream, wasn't it?
I've started Spyro 2 on. I haven't done Spyro 3 at all.
Oh, that's
But
Ripto's
I'm gonna be
Rage,
honest,
right?
that's the one with Repto.
Duh.
Spyro 3 is the Sorceress, I believe.
I'm so
Yep.
confused right now.
Spyro 2, a lot different than I remember. I have 100% it once. It was okay.
Nothing compares to the first one. Honestly, I had the greatest time getting the plat for the first one.
I enjoyed the first run because I was just able to do it all like in one sitting. Like I can do it all in like 3 sittings or something like that.
Eventually, I want to get all 3
Yeah.
as well, so I can. Cause
Yeah.
see that was much better. The one is really gonna frustrate the ever fucking living shit out of you. It's gonna be the it's not Spyro. Crash, the Crash trilogy. Yeah.
I wouldn't even try
For
that.
that. Dude.
I
No.
tried it. I don't think I'll platinum it. I might beat the game. I'm definitely not going to try and platinum it because it just looks insane.
It is insane. It's ridiculously difficult.
Yeah, but I'm stubborn.
Especially
Well, good luck to you, man. We'll see you on the other side, and by that I mean up in heaven.
Tears in heaven. Doo-doo-doo. Okay,
I'm
I really
sorry,
got
that shit would
some-
kill me. Crash would kill me. I don't know.
All
No.
of us. All right. Did you know what happened about the when it came to making the models for the remake? Everyone was saying like, "Oh, the new game's gonna be so much easier, right? Because it's gonna be for all audiences and with better controllers. It's not gonna be as tanky now that we have the DualShock 4 and the new Xbox controller and all that shit, right?" Which definitely transferred well for the Spyro games. However, there was something, and this was never patched though. This was like the final build. When it comes to like the hit boxes for the latest Crash game, the bottom of the feet are like cylinders instead of being flat. So instead of being easier than before, this game it's it's been proven that it's a little bit harder because when you try to do like how there's those sections on bridges, like the entire freaking stage is one long bridge that you have to keep jumping over and over without missing certain planks before you fall to your fucking death. All right, you're gonna miss certain sections of either the planks or the sides, like the rope, because the certain cylinders don't have enough of a grip. Like the hitbox doesn't stick to the bottom as well. If it were square, you could still like even when the foot's sticking out, because you have the square underneath that, like it will let you float. But because the cylinder doesn't really attach well to that, even if you're like right in the middle, you can still fucking fall. So that makes like Crash Super Sleeper to handle, and you fall faster to your death. So a lot of people were frustrated with the freaking remake. I thought it was cool. It's more of a challenge, but yeah, this game will definitely like make you scream, especially if you go for the extra DLC levels that they were extra levels that were canceled on the original that were brought back here, and they were hard as fuck, and you need that for extra trophies. So if you really want to hate yourself and punch a wall, yeah, I mean it's a fun game. I love Crash, but you've been warned if you want a challenge.
Wondering if you've ever platinum this game, Ratchet and Clank. It's I believe is that the remake? I can't tell.
I want to, yeah. Oh, CX.
I platinumed it. It was on PS Now, I think.
How difficult is it?
Not very difficult. It just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one thing I want to platinum because I bought it, I think, when I got my PlayStation, and I haven't played it since. And I've got Titanfall 2, which I bought ages ago.
Oh, dude, we should play Titanfall 2 on Xbox.
And then Last of Us. I don't know if Titanfall 2 will have online achievements, which I'm very against personally.
I think it will.
Because basically, like I don't know if the servers will still be up because this game came out like 2 or 3 years ago now.
They are up.
It's still up.
Yeah, and because
no, I mean, they're not busy or populated, if you get what I mean.
No, they
are.
Well,
I know. I recently saw a post on Reddit where somebody had recently finished the completion of Titanfall 2, so they're at least populated enough.
Okay, that doesn't sound too bad then.
No, what he says is true because like ever since I don't know why. Oh, Apex is getting some Titanfall content soon, so because of that and some other comments that someone at EA made. For some reason, they made the popularity of the game come back. So all of a sudden, within the last 2 weeks, people are starting to either buy it again or download it through EA Access. Game Pass. So, like he said, the servers are populated again. It's being streamed elsewhere. It is coming back up on the top on Twitch. And since it's not dead, we can definitely log on to that and help each other like boost at least first the multiplayer section, and then just go back and finish the campaign at our own pace. So it's very doable for all of us right now. So this is the best
I'm all for boosting. If anybody ever needs help boosting something, just let me know. If I can play it, then I'll help.
What you're saying is EA made a game popular?
No, it was kind of accidentally. Yeah, someone's coming on the internet.
I mean, EA does make popular games. It's EA themselves that isn't popular.
True. Oh, I remember why. No, right. It wasn't only the fact that EA Access is part of Game Pass, or the fact that Apex is getting Titanfall content, but Xbox just recently dropped a patch to give a lot of older games from the last 3 generations an FPS boost, and that was one of them. So now people who have a Series X can play Titanfall at 120 frames, and that made everyone download the freaking game again. So there's that.
Before while we were on that subject, we and Talks just tried to play a match of FIFA together in FIFA 21. So we tried to play against each other essentially.
I still wouldn't watch that.
Talks, you had Series S, didn't you? An Xbox Series X. I still have my old Xbox, the original Xbox.
The
Xbox
PCR?
One, sorry.
It won't let you cross. It doesn't cross generation. Like so it wouldn't let us play against each other.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's installing on my Xbox One right now. So.
But it's frustrating because it should be able to run just it's a football match. Like it's not even like anything massive. And they can't make that cross-plat. Not even cross-plat, cross-generation.
Yeah,
that's dumb.
Yeah, it's silly.
Dude, speaking about EA dropping the ball a pun totally intended.
Literally.
Or in this case, the puck. You know what I found that made me like I question things. I'm like, why is this a thing? So it turns out that because of Game Pass, we downloaded again like Madden and NHL and the show and all that, and all these games look great on the Xbox One X, right? And they all have HDR and they all have 60 FPS. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. It can only get better on a Series X, right? Well, turns out that one game was left behind, and it's NHL 21. Don't get me wrong, it looks really pretty, but as soon as I fire it up, I noticed there's no HDR, and I was like, wait, hold on, there's something wrong here. All of these modern sports games have HDR, but this one. And it still looked kind of like a little off, because it looks cool, but not as pretty as it could be, even without the HDR. And I'm like, wait, okay, I gotta do some research. And I found out, I don't know why it took me a while to notice this, that the reason why, even on PC or on a Series X, there's no HDR or better graphics for NHL only, is because it's the one game that hasn't migrated over to a Frostbite. So they were waiting to launch the Series X first. So 2022 will be the first NHL ever, hopefully, made on Frostbite. That would include, if not 120 FPS, at least higher than 60, or a higher resolution, closer to 4K. And finally HDR. And I'm like, really? Like, that game isn't really that hard to develop. Why would it be abandoned like that? I mean, does it not make as much money for EA or something? Because I know there's a huge fan base out there for hockey games. I enjoy them myself. Like, hockey's my favorite sport. So I'm like, why are you doing this? It's 2021. All games have this thing, at least this one thing alone, right out of the box. I'm like, what the fuck? People were angry. I read all the boards about it, and oh shit, like Reddit was on fire, dude, and I don't blame them at all. So hopefully this year we'll get an upgrade. We'll see. But it's stupid.
Another thing that happened, I guess that happened this week, was Epic dropped the Beast Boy Fortnite skin, which D apparently didn't. I bought it. It was pretty cool.
You bought it? Nice.
I bought it. Yeah. I bought the bundle. I'm for whenever they. Oh my! What's he laughing at?
No, sorry, but my hair was like itchy. No, go on.
You're laughing at something.
Huh?
You were laughing at something else. Like, as soon as I said that, you started laughing.
Yeah, no, it's the Teen Titans reference. Don't worry about it. Just Beast Boy.
I
like Teen Titans. Go ahead.
Doesn't matter.
It's a cool skin.
Just I like. It is a nice skin. Yeah, I did buy it, and I've now my presets. One of the 100.
Question: did you get the Golden Lara?
No, I didn't. Do you need to do? Can I still do that?
Yeah, you can still do that. Do you know how?
Right. Remind me to do that then, because I'll need to do it.
Yeah, dude, I can help you with that.
Do I just need to talk to the NPC while I'm playing as Lara, or?
Oh no, you have to actually steal the mythic. Go to the island, meet Aurelia, and instead of talking to her, just grab her weapon and just start shooting you. So just, even if you die or don't fight back, whatever, you'll automatically, like, as soon as you grab the AR, you'll turn into Golden Lara, so you're good. It's quick and easy, really.
Just checking.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what. I didn't play much this week anyway. Because Tox was Tox has migraine. We were all busy with work and all that. Shiz.
Yeah.
You're going to be busy later on today.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
My migraines, they last a while.
Yeah, they are. Migraines are a pain in the butt sometimes anyway.
That's alright.
Literally, the headaches.
It's not your fault. We get it, bro. I have a few topics that we can address. I don't know why, for some reason, I wrote down the question of the week, and I don't know where it is. So if you guys have one, go for it, because I gotta find mine again. But at least I have the rest of the news, unless you guys have more topics.
Anybody know a question of the week?
That's the question of the week. What's the question of the week?
Exactly.
Thanks for watching the show. We'll see you next week. Bye. All right.
You know what? I know, Queen. It's been a bad week. I know.
I know. I've seen all of you guys' tweets, and roller coaster. That's to put it mildly. Remember the thing we were talking about, like about external talent doing things for the community that Nintendo or all these companies could be pushing out because it's what people want, but they don't listen to us anymore. Remember when you were talking about like those hackers that the government, when they see potential, they'd hire them but no, these gaming companies.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I have one success story that I've been meaning to talk for a while. I don't know if you guys are any of you familiar with the Modern Vintage Gamer. Do you guys watch the MVG on YouTube?
No,
I do not.
Okay. So this guy, right, he's Australian. He went to school for like programming and some sort of development and this and that.
Yeah.
And the dude makes really cool videos. Sometimes he does techie stuff. He does reviews. He does technical talk, but not as technical as Digital Foundry, but kind of like that. And sometimes he does homebrew stuff because he's part of the homebrew community, since he can, he likes tinkering around with shit and reverse engineer games and all that. So at first he kind of was getting into trouble with Nintendo because he was making like older games, like GameCube stuff, N64 running on the Switch and this and that. And Nintendo didn't like that, right? Like they didn't take any action against him. They just kind of told him like, hey, like just like don't do it anymore, at least, or don't talk about it too much. Yeah, so he did tone it down. He had to change his content a little, but other people actually noticed his talent, and they actually hired him. So funny story is like he is now officially a Switch developer, but not through Nintendo. It took a third party to actually get in that job. Remember how the last 2 or 3 weeks I was talking about the Shantae coming back to the Switch?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because that first Shantae ever came out for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. There were like 2 versions, and after that, Majesco was the developer, and they work on Blood Rain, which I love, but I guess they're not gonna bring it back anytime soon. I don't know who got the IP, but I hope it's not dead. So they noticed that like after a while, the brand and franchise went over to other people. And throughout its history, Shantae has gotten so far like up to 5 games, right? And the Switch is the only system that has all of them. So the thing is, like, there were people saying like, hey, there are no good ports out there. It's hard to get the ROM, and if you have the original cartridge, it's selling for like a lot. Like it was super expensive on eBay. So like, we want this game back. So of all people, are you guys familiar with limited run games?
No.
No, you don't recognize this logo, LRG? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I recognize the game. I recognize like and I'm assuming that's who made it.
All right. So limited run games is like when they support a lot of smaller developers. If you have an indie game, but you don't really have the resources or something to publish it because the making physical copies is really expensive and it has extra costs like the shipping and all that. Limited Run and other companies that literally started copying them, they will help you with that. I don't know how they distribute like the profits that they make, but if you as an indie developer or a AA studio, you could only push them digitally, they'll work with you so they can make like a limited physical release, because as you can see, all their games are numbered right here. See, so that if you're only the few fans that actually want a physical copy of certain games, they'll help you publish them for you, and then they'll distribute like the profits in between, like developers, whoever works with a shipment or something, and then themselves. So Limited Run reached out to the MVG and said like, hey, we've heard that many people have requested to have a physical copy of Shantae. We're planning on doing both physical and digital. Are you willing to work with us? So what he did, he has a video on this. I'll put it in the Discord or on Twitter later. Long story short is that he found a way to reverse engineer the game, both versions of the game, VGC and GVA, so he could make it work on an emulator that had no input lag. It took him months to get it to run. He finally made both games work on the Switch, and it just maybe tweaked the buttons a little for a modern layout. And they just, I guess they hired graphics designers, so you could put like not change all the graphics, but just like change the menu, rearrange the buttons, the colors, and all that, so it runs better on modern hardware. So it was next to Limited Run that he got a job as a developer for a Nintendo game officially, because Nintendo wouldn't do it themselves. And Limited Run ended up making a lot of money by polishing the original Shantae digitally and physically, and Nintendo benefited for that because it's the only console that now has all 5 games in the series. So and now the MVG, is getting more work because he's officially this is his first game that was polished ever. Now he's working on his original game, so hopefully he can work on his own stuff. But it took a third-party company to, like actually encourage his talent and make him, bring him into the industry, because Nintendo never would. So now I guess Nintendo and him are in good terms. because of this, but it's just like a funny story. I'm glad like somebody that has a little talent finally got a shot. But it's just stupid like how long it took and how he had to go around like all these processes and people to finally get that done. So I don't know. And if you guys ever want like stuff like that, get this. Honestly, I should have bought Shantae physically. I didn't do it. But this is like one of my favorite games, like 2D platformers recently. So that's why it's all in the shrink wrap. Like this one, since I already have digital, I'm not gonna open it. And I did the same for Scott Pilgrim, which just shipped. So hopefully I'll add more stuff to my limited run collection later. Because they also do old games. Like remember Star Wars for N64? They did like Shadows of the Empire. They did copies of Episode 1 Racer and all that. And it's not just the game. Like if you want the cheap version, because they actually don't sell them for a lot, honestly. I don't know how they make a profit because these copies are cheap too. You can get just the tiny one, or you can get a bigger edition, a special edition with like the soundtrack or something, or you can get like a bigger box that has like a plushie or some sort of toy or poster or a steelbook, anything. So they make all sorts of bundles and like even shirts and stuff. So like you get limited merch from the games you like, but also things that you can like rock and represent them or something. So I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I found that story very interesting. I'll show it to you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, this YouTube was actually brought up like something else that I saw yesterday on YouTube. It was basically a remake of Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah, I saw remade
that. Even better. It looks incredible. And I know I still haven't got like the cinema remakes no matter what. But if that was the remake we got, I would absolutely be I would be way happier with what. It looks amazing. They've had like they've added voice acting, which is a big thing for the Pokemon universe. I don't think they've ever actually had voice acting in the games, unless I'm missing. Apart from Pokemon Stadium, obviously, where you have the commentator, but that's about it. It generally looks amazing. They got like actual battles where like the Pokemon move around and stuff like that. They like free roam and stuff like that. They're like climb like the Pokemon scaling mountains and stuff like that, flying around mountains. It looks amazing. I'm really hoping that person does actually get a career in like the game development field, because he would make some amazing games.
All right, so far there hasn't been any repercussions, right? Because I know somebody tried to make like a Legend of Zelda. They're trying to do Ocarina on Unreal Engine, and it looks really fucking cool. But I think like Nintendo was taking action against that person. I'm like, dude, really? He's just making a fan project. It's not gonna publish it. It's just for funsies to see what it would look like.
I don't think there's been any like repercussions from him. I don't know if like he's taken like anything's happened.
Oh.
To be honest, I don't believe there will be.
I mean, I hope so.
He should be okay.
It would be silly.
Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Like worst case scenario, like the video might get like copyright striked, but that would be it. He shouldn't get his talent taken down for something like that. Something he's clearly made and put effort into.
Yeah, like why would you go after the smaller people? They've got a lot to lose and nothing to give you. So it's like another thing that now that you brought it up, I saw was that somebody made a while ago. Again, Super Mario 64 on the Unreal Engine, but it was announced that a week ago they added ray tracing to it. It looks fucking amazing, dude. It's unreal. Like no pun intended. Like you should see that. I'll send you the footage. I was like, what the fuck, man? Mario with ray tracing. Like you won't see that on the Switch anytime soon. Even if there's a Switch Pro, that's not gonna happen. But Nintendo won't do it. Like someone else freaking will. Hire them. I don't know. It's baffling to me. Alright, I have a question for you guys. Since, especially when it comes to our limited time for how many hours a day we have to play, and because we hunt achievements and trophies, what would you rather play? A shorter game, let's say between 10 and 20 hours, or one that's like 100 or plus when it comes to, modern games, and how long it might take you to get the plat or the completion?
I'll play both and just play one. Just play like the 10 to 20 hour one just when I can, and give myself time to play the 100-hour game.
Fair enough.
For example, Horizon Zero Dawn is going to take me a while to play through, but I'm also going to be playing games around it as well.
Oh yeah, that was a fun plat, but definitely took a while.
I can imagine people really enjoying it.
Hell yeah. What about you, Tox?
I'm okay with longer games as long as there's a reason for it being longer. Like if there's a really good story behind it, then I'm for that. If it's really long because of there being a grind for example, Final Fantasy IX and having to kill 10,000 enemies for an achievement. Which, by the way, you never got around to asking me what I've been up to.
I did ask both of them. You never answered, but I asked both of you. I was waiting for your turn, actually.
Yeah, well, I let him speak, and then you went right on to the next topic. It's fine.
No, I was waiting for
That's what I've been doing is Final Fantasy IX. But like when it comes to hunting, if it's long and arduous like that, then I really don't like it.
Thanks.
I'm really hating Final Fantasy IX at this point. And I still have like 4,400 enemies to kill.
There was a trophy in we've all platinum Spider-Man Miles Morales, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. The trophy to just play the new game plus just felt like a bit of a, hey, we need an extra trophy, let's chuck it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically, all I did was
Since it allowed you to play it on easy on that one.
Yeah, it allowed you to play the game on easy, and just play the game normal and just play through the game.
The first Spider-Man game, there was in the new game plus DLC technically.
Yeah.
There was a trophy, there was a trophy for finishing the game on New Game Plus, but then there was another trophy that was finishing the game on Ultimate, which is the hardest difficulty.
Right.
Which obviously you can combine those two, do New Game Plus on Ultimate difficulty, and like as long as you've been keeping up with your gadgets and everything, and you max out the level, I think level 50 in that game.
You should be able to do that anyway.
Everybody just dies really quickly. So, or it gets knocked out quickly. So it's nothing. But yeah, games where they're like, just play through the game again just for the sake of it. I don't like those.
Nope.
Trophies that it's just like way too grindy. I don't like those. Like I love Assassin's Creed games, but like one thing I hate was like finding all 100 black feathers just to get that one outfit. And it's so stupid. It's like, why are there 100 of these? Batman Arkham games, you have the Riddler's quests.
Oh, dude.
100 of those every single time. It's so stupid.
I still play Batman. I haven't played for since the first stream I did of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's been a while.
I will admit, it was a fun game. It genuinely kept me invested. I just don't know why. I don't know why I stopped playing it.
It is. It's good, but I know what you mean. I'm glad Talks brought up Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed can be longer than Horizon, even without the plot. So it's like, I love the series, but don't make me hate it because I'm gonna be worn out. Like the story's cool, but certain extra shit is just like there for filler, and I don't like it when I feel forced to do certain things. I don't know.
Especially with the most recent Assassin's Creed games, you got Valhalla, Origins, and Odyssey.
Yep.
All three of them were extremely long games, and Ubisoft, they did that shit on purpose because they wanted to be able to sell an XP booster in their freaking store.
Oh, really?
Right.
Like,
they did.
Like it's a one-time purchase to get like 5% increase on XP throughout the entire playthrough or whatever. But the thing is, they knew that they were making the game too long, because immediately they put that shit in the store, and it's just okay, well, I mean, that's just, if you have to do that right when you release the game, then maybe you made the game too long.
Yeah,
agreed.
Sorry, I was gonna say this. What was the longest amount of time you spent dedicated to platinuming a game?
Close to 140 hours, I guess.
Was that Horizon?
Yeah, actually, no, sorry. Yeah, the plat was about 90. That was less than 100. I added like 20, 30 more with the DLC, but that, I'm not counting it out. So yeah, Horizon around 90, 95.
Dogs, what about you?
I don't know. I don't really track my hours very much.
What was one that felt like extremely long to you?
Felt extremely long. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, really?
It felt long because, like, unlike in Miles Morales, where you can just open up the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app and go to the crimes in there and redo them as much as you need to in order to finish the objectives. Yeah. In the first Spider-Man game, you had to freaking roam around the freaking area that you need a crime to pop up and wait for it to pop up and then do it. And it was just so stupid.
That was the last trophy I got as well, I'm pretty sure, before the platinum.
Horizon Zero Dawn was a decently long game. A lot of hours in that, but it was also worth it. It didn't, and that one never felt grindy to me. And I mean, to be perfectly honest, any Final Fantasy game, because I mean, whether platinuming it or just playing through it, Final Fantasy games are usually really long, but usually really good too. So,
one thing
unless you have to kill 10,000 enemies.
Okay, so that brings me to a Final Fantasy question. What?
He's not like that guy.
No, not until I'm done with it. I have to finish it tonight because it gets removed from Game Pass in the middle of the night tonight.
Are you serious?
Hold on. So, okay.
Fuck.
So first off, there was a couple achievements that had to do with a jump rope mini game. One of them was to get 20 jumps in a row without failing. Another one's to get to 100. No, 1,000. Sorry, it was 100 and then 1,000. 20 and then 1,000. Yeah. It is the most bullshit fucking achievement in any game I've ever played. And like, this is the No Hacks Required podcast. But you know what? I used a script on my computer to automate it.
Done the exact same thing. I don't blame you at all.
I wrote a script on my fucking computer and I automated the damn thing because I was tired of it. Because after a certain number of jumps, it changes the speed or the pattern to it.
Oh.
So
screw that.
Yeah. So I did that for that. Part of me killing 10,000 enemies is another script, but it's not very efficient. I mean, it can't be. But yeah. But anyway, so I have to do the 10,000 of those. I still have to finish the game. There's a few other trophies, achievements I can get throughout, while doing that. But I just found out that I have to do another playthrough of the entire game and beat it within 12 hours.
Oh God.
No thanks.
Okay.
Because you have to beat it within 12 hours in order for the Excalibur 2 to drop at the end.
Oh.
And obtaining the Excalibur 2 is a trophy.
Okay.
I didn't actually. I don't know what my longest game is either. Actually, the one that sticks out to me, I guess, was Apex, because I went on a very, very long I had the last two trophies to do, which was the damage and the wins, obviously, the two big ones. And when I was trying to do both, I was also trying to string them together, get a win and do the damage at the same time. I went on a massive losing streak after I got to I think I got to 6 wins with the characters, and I'd done all the damage I needed, so that was fine. It was out of the way. I could just play the character over and over again until I got the win. But I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. When I can't do this. What is wrong with me? It just felt like that. I felt like I was just getting screwed by some luck. It was either teammates would leave, I would miss hits with my sniper or whatever it was. I would get hit by nothing. My teammates would just make the dumbest decisions ever, and it would screw me out of the win. And it just got worse and worse. It got to that point where I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, am I? And then I think it was 3 weeks ago. Now that when I got the platinum, I got 2 wins back. I got 2 wins with 2 different characters in the same in a matter of an hour.
There you go.
And it was just oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
I literally never shouted so loud in Apex. I never shouted so loud in Apex whenever. It was insane how quickly I managed.
And that's when you found out that there's no platinum trophy.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
No, I found out before. I found out when I was looking at the achievements for Uno and Apex as well, because they were the 2 games I was closest to perfecting. That Uno was a big letdown for him. Oh my god, why is there no platinum for this?
I remember.
There's 50. There was what was it? 20 trophies for the game, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Just put platinum on the end. And some of those trophies are hard as well. The win, get the 700 points in the win.
Oh god, I remember that one. Yeah.
Talks to me. You have to draw 50 cards each just to get close in the win.
Is that the same one they boosted with you on Xbox, or?
Yeah, I boosted with you on Xbox. I boosted with Talks on PS, and then we did and then talks to, and then we boost each other for the online wins, and then I boosted with you for the challenge thing.
I remember. Yep. Oh
By the way,
god.
the AI in that game is bullshit. They are very clearly cheating. Like, oh, you need this? Oh, let's just change the color. Babbledy dabbledy.
Because fuck you, that's why. Dude, I swear
Exactly.
to God.
What was the AI we hated? There was an AI me and Tox were playing with who we just hated. I can't remember his name now. It was
Uno?
just the on Uno, yeah. There was like an AI we were playing with who was just fucking us no matter what. Like he was winning matches when he wasn't supposed to.
I can't remember the name. I know it was a stupid name.
Mm-hmm. What was the other game we? What was another game we had? Ben 10 was another big one for me and Tox to.
I remember
platinum. Because me and him both need the same last trophy. Defeat the last boss without taking damage. And that game is fucking. It's not a fun game to play. Like I hate to shit on it because it was clearly trying its best, but it's just not fun.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the worst PlayStation game I played so far.
I don't know.
Granted, most of the games I played are Spider-Man, Shadow of the Colossus, Last of Us, Uncharted, Batman. So the bar was set pretty high. But oh my god, that game was so fucking annoying.
Was the name Pudding? AI Pudding?
Might have been that one, yeah.
AI Dusty?
It wasn't Dusty.
AI Snow?
No.
Luna?
Wasn't Luna.
That's all I'm finding so far.
You're getting all the names of the AI, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Well,
interesting.
Look at the list. But yeah, I put up a tweet, I think, when I was trying to do like the fight against the final boss. And I came into it at the end and I was taking damage from nothing.
Chomper. It was Chomper.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh.
Fucking Chomper.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I went to the final boss twice, and I was taking damage off nothing. So I was like, okay, well, this is clearly bugged. I'm going to have to restart the game. And it's just not like, hey, you can load up the boss fight and fight them wherever you want. Oh, no, because that'd be too easy, wouldn't it, Tox?
Yeah.
You had to play through the entire freaking level.
What?
And minimum, I think it was... Oh.
Hey, Queen.
Hello, Queen.
Hey, Queen. They saw your hand.
I see the cat.
And there's Mopsy.
Mopsy!
It's a cat.
Obligatory animal.
I'm a cat. Meow. Exactly. There you go. We got the obligatory animal appearance. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, finally.
Now it feels like an episode.
You had to play through the entire stage again just to have a chance of fighting the boss and not taking damage.
Dude, are you serious?
I got pretty lucky on my attempts because...
That's awesome. Why do you send that to me? That's great. That's a cool pick.
I got lucky on my attempts because the first one I did, I think it took me 2 attempts. Second one took me 3, and then the final one took me like 6 or 7. What was it? No, it was like 10 or 11 actually. Because I remember Talks like asked me like, "Hey, send me a number of your attempts." I'm like, "Okay." Attempt 7, attempt 8, attempt 9. I give up. Attempt 10, attempt 11. I did it.
Wow. Yep. Let's go.
It was so.
It was a pain in the ass.
It was really, really annoying.
I bet.
That was probably my least favorite game to platinum because it just was so obnoxious when it didn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, it was those things too. Like all the other trophies in there were okay. It was just play through the boss level and beat the boss without getting hit once. And if you fail, you have to play through the whole level again because reloading the checkpoint doesn't work. You know, because stupid reasons.
Dude, I was gonna say I don't really understand those extra requirements. Like on Spider-Man, like the first one, you can do everything on one playthrough. There's no New Game Plus required. So I was like, it was very questionable to me why that would be a thing on Miles Morales, right? But you know that's neither here nor there. Talks. I have a question for you. Go ahead.
Sorry, I can't slate Spider-Man Miles Morales because the game is pretty short. Like I beat it in 2 sittings. And I beat the New Game Plus in one sitting, and the areas I stopped was because I had to sleep because it was like 5 a.m. for me. So yeah, it wasn't difficult game, and when you get like all your when you get like all your gear and all that to play through, it makes it even easier. What was the thing I was gonna say? The story as well. The story's pretty good.
Yes.
Only thing I didn't like was like the sort of villain and what their I didn't like their motivation. It was just what they did with it was a bit of a thing.
Yep.
Personally, I think there might have been another villain who might have been better, but they did their best. I do like the character.
Yeah,
itself.
same.
Yeah.
Favorite suit?
Oh, I actually don't mind. I actually quite like the first suit like you make.
Oh, okay.
No, like the first, like the suit they make just after the end of like the first act.
Right.
Let me see. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Sure. Also, let me ask you: have you noticed how much the game changed and how cool it looked on both games? On the first one, when you use the comic book suit, how like the rest of the world around you kept more to life because it really looks like you were walking with a freaking paper character put on 3D. And on the second one, on Miles Morales, he had the suit from like Into the Spider-Verse, and he moved and walked just like exactly like he did in the movie. So like the pace was a little different, but everything else around you was fine. So like it made it more alive to me. Like it popped out and I was like, holy shit, I love this. And also the photo mode on that game, it's fucking glorious. Like after Horizons, I would say Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man has the best fucking photo mode like as of today. Like not even Cyberpunk's is that good. What?
Yeah, there was a tweet going around a while ago. It was like, which game has like the best photo modes?
Oh,
I'm like, okay.
It was from story mode. Yeah, did you answer their poll? Yeah. I did.
I didn't answer it because I was like, I've played none of these games, so I don't really have a reason to vote.
Oh.
But there was one thing annoying is like Spider-Man wasn't on there. It's like, well, Spider-Man has a pretty good photo mode. Like you can take photos wherever you want, and like you can upload these and make these different.
I think someone else wrote it. Maybe you didn't see the reply because I listened to the latest episode. By the way, shout out to the Story Mode Games podcast. Good friends of mine, and they did talk about somebody adding Spider-Man as a potential candidate. So they did talk about it like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I forgot who wrote it, but it's definitely right up there, dude, in my top 3, top 5.
That's the suit I was on about, by the way. Like the base suit you get after they make is pretty damn amazing. It's really nicely designed, and I think I played through it on my New Game Plus playthrough as well.
That's cool. I also like the one with what was the name of Spider-Man, the bodega cat on your back.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking cool,
dude. I love that cat, man.
I know.
Spider-Man is awesome.
Hell yeah. It's funny they had the same name. Now that you brought Ubi, dude, I can't. I don't know. Since Talks was talking about Assassin's Creed, did you guys hear about this thing that Ubi now wants to bring most of its franchises? I don't know how they're gonna move this switch, but apparently instead of focusing on big, single player story driven only games, they want to make everything into more of a move of free to play type stuff. Like they want to do everything as a games as a service type thing for now on. I was like, I didn't really like hearing that at all. What about you guys? How do you feel about it?
I don't really have a Fortnite. Yeah. If like a game's like, if they do make like a good decent game, then I'll be like, hey, yeah, good idea. You've put time and effort into this. I think it's a good idea. Mm-hmm. You've clearly put time and effort into it. I think it's a good game. You've definitely earned it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, something I don't like is when a game clearly has been rushed and clearly not been done well, and they put it out for free and they put it out for money. Sorry. FIFA is a big example of that. That game has still got glitches in it, and it's been, I think, 4 or 5 years since they've been added, and they haven't patched them at all.
Nope, dude. Oh god, and they won't at this point, which I fucking hate.
Yeah, it's really turned me away from FIFA, and I'm probably not gonna buy any of the new FIFAs if they come out soon. It'll be a Christmas present, if that.
But you said that you're no longer buying that. That's what I remember. So I mean, thank goodness for Game Pass.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna buy FIFA at all.
So to answer the Spider-Man suit question, I really enjoyed using the advanced suit, which is the one with the giant white spider on the chest, as cool. Well as the Iron Spider suit.
The Iron Spider.
That was my base suit as well when I unlocked it.
Same.
And then the Mark II suit, which is black with the gold spider. Those were my 3 that I really enjoyed. Although I did get a kick out of the undies suit.
I remember that. Oh my fucking god. Dude, I totally forgot about that.
When you say the when you say the Mark II suit, you don't mean the one that uses in the final battle, right?
No, that's the anti-ox suit.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I mean, it's the one that it was based off of, obviously, because the anti-ox suit was more. It seemed more plastic.
Yeah.
So no, I mean the predecessor to that.
I was watching a video recently of all like the Iron Man suits, like he's using the MCU, and it's cool to see like how he's updated and changed them all the time. Like, there's a lot of them are like slightly different, or like got slight changes to them, and you don't notice them sometimes. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yep.
Mark 50 is still my favorite Iron Man suit, though. Sorry.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Mark 50 and like I think it was like the Mark A5 was the last one they used.
Really?
The one in Endgame. The one he used in Endgame.
I forgot the name, but I think you're right. That one's fucking glorious, dude. That shit's amazing. Well, Insomniac is really doing it right, so I think they'll do well with the next Ratchet and Clank. We'll see how that goes. Oh,
you were asking about the games as a service thing. Sorry.
Yes, they're fine.
I hate it. I hate that every company is going to that business structure right now, because it's like it's kind of like when you look at when people started to like start cutting the cable. They didn't want to pay $200 for cable service if they're only going to watch a few channels. Yes. And so they're like, hey, Netflix is amazing, and like everything I want to watch is on there, like maybe HBO Max. But now literally every single fucking company has their own damn streaming service. It's becoming more expensive than cable. And it's absolute bullshit. And it's going off of that. Now all these gaming companies, they're like, yo, let's do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it was one thing when you had to pay for PlayStation Plus, you have to pay for Xbox Game Pass, which is fine. Oh, but then also when these games come out and they're free to play, but then there's just a shit ton of microtransactions, and especially some of them that actually do affect the game and make it pay to win, i.e. that one completely black outfit on Warzone.
Oh, dude, yes.
Like it just becomes a little bit bullshit. I don't mind it as much if you know what you're buying, but like buying loot boxes, I hate that. It's gambling, and I'm completely against it.
It wasn't gambling,
especially fucking Apex, where you need to open 500 fucking Apex packs in order to get a damn heirloom. Dude, I'm still waiting for my first heirloom. I refuse to spend money on it. Yeah, I'm not going to buy Apex packs just to freaking try to get an heirloom.
Yeah, I'm gonna compare this back to a thing that talks, and well, this is gonna speak to talks as well, because when we obviously like talk sent me a picture of his FIFA team before
it is shit.
Dude just started playing. It's understandable.
It is shit.
Yes, he just started playing. That's absolutely fine. He can make his team better.
Yeah.
What he can't do is do what FIFA YouTubers do, because they've got tons of money they can just put into the game. Packs are stupidly expensive, and some people can make it work. They can do like massive Road to Glory accounts if they're good at the game. But if you're not, because you can't get good players, you are screwed, essentially. So, nope, you have no fun. You use microtransactions like the rest of the scum.
Yeah, and then those YouTubers, it's a really shitty thing too, because those YouTubers, like, they only show a handful of the packs that they open, and they show the ones that have like the best cards. Like, oh my god, I'm just gonna throw a random name out, some like super freaking amazing Rolando or something. I don't know, Neymar. Ronaldo, yeah. And like, so like they'll show some bad packs, but then like these amazing packs and make it look like your odds of freaking getting them are incredible. But then at the same time, they're not providing the information that they're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on a shit ton of packs, only showing you a very small fraction. And then just the kind of shitty part on top of that is all the money that they spent on that, they can claim it on their tax returns, because it's a business expense.
It's so fucking scummy.
Yeah,
extremely scummy. So, and the whole EA with it, oh no, it's not loot boxes. You can't be gambling because it's surprise mechanics. You know, their so-called defense on the fucking lawsuit. It's like, no, fuck you. And this is affecting people of all ages, not just adults, but like children are getting now hooked into this, and it's a horrible fucking practice. So I'm glad like certain governments are taking action against that.
If you go to open up a pack, and there's only a small percentage that you're going to pull anything above like a rare, that's gambling.
Exactly.
Especially when the packs cost £14 per go, which some of them do, and some of them cost more. I'm pretty sure like to buy like the most expensive pack is like 28 quid just to get maybe
one pack.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Holy shit,
dude! Oh my god.
Saying that you could you can spend £14 and spend £6 and get enough, but that's still like that's 20 quid.
Fuck.
For one pack, and there's not even a guarantee you'll get something good. Speaking of which, though, do you mean this Ronaldo that I packed?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
92.
I guess.
I've played FIFA for 6 years. That's the first time I packed Ronaldo. I packed Messi. Right, I packed Messi in FIFA 15, and that was a free pack. That was stupidly lucky. If I realized it was that stupidly lucky, I've been overreacting way more than I did then. That is insane. How I've only ever packed Messi once in 6 years of playing FIFA.
Whoa.
I packed Messi once, I packed Neymar once, and I packed Ronaldo once. Those are the three best players in the game, essentially. Highest rated, anyway.
Damn.
You got Mbappe as well, but Mbappe's only just started to become good.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be in the game for a while.
Yeah.
Like I think he wasn't in the game in like FIFA. I think FIFA 17 was his first game, and I've packed him I think a couple times. But I opened quite a few packs, so I know like pack weight and stuff, and it's just not good enough. I opened 100,000 coin pack, which is basically £14 for one, and I got nothing, essentially.
Dude.
Nothing good, nothing worth selling, nothing worth keeping, nothing. What I expect from that pack is at least someone who I can sell and get a decent amount of money for. I don't expect someone who I can barely use. And like you saw the team I tweeted.
Mm-hmm,
I see you guys in a mess.
Yeah,
that's a team I quite like, and I quite like it. It didn't cost that much to build. It was like I think like just under 200,000 coins, which I did have because of my grinding the game out.
Ugh.
But I had to grind for so long. There was a stat going around of how many games you had to play to buy a Ronaldo or buy a Messi. And I'm pretty sure to get like one of the most expensive players, you had to play like 1 million matches.
What?
Jesus.
For context, I played about 250.
Oh,
damn.
No, not 250, no, less. About 300.
Still, what the fuck?
Exactly.
No.
And you've also got to worry about contracts. Your players might get injured. You might want to upgrade some of your players. You have to play 1 million matches just to buy one of those players. The new FIFA's going to be out by then.
Yeah.
This is why I like MLB The Show. You get the card and you get to use the player for as long as you want. You don't have to worry about contracts. I mean, realistically, you don't have to really worry about injuries.
Yeah.
And then also they do provide ways of, getting some really good cards, like diamond player cards with like their daily moments and their monthly rewards and like their first inning, second inning, that kind of stuff. Which, yeah, I mean, if everybody does those, then everybody's got the same good cards. But but then on top of that, like the packs are relatively inexpensive. They're 1,000 stubs, and it doesn't take long to get the stubs. But yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because you read my mind up. So sorry.
No, I was literally just saying like I'm fine with microtransactions in games when they're done right.
Yeah.
Cosmetics I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, some of them look cool, and yes, you want to spend money on them. But again down to that, They're your choice to make, and you will. And some of them do look really cool. Also, they're not expensive. FIFA is pay to win, and it has been for the last 6 or 7 years.
No, and I was gonna say I like what Talk said because I was legit going to talk about the show. Okay, yes, there are microtransactions on the show, but whether you're gonna do things with money or playing, like the grind isn't as bad, and the things are not as expensive, and it doesn't feel like pay to win. Right, so like the ride, there's like huge difference between these two studios because like Sony San Diego's doing it right with the show, while fucking EA, it's being scummy as hell because it's not only FIFA that's being affected, but they're doing the exact same shit with people who play MUT and H2T, dude. Oh, dude, 2K, right? Oh my god, I totally forgot about that, dude.
Yeah, 2K Studios also does this shit.
No, fuck that. It's like, why can't you just be like the other one? It works well. I mean, they're clearly making money, or else Sony wouldn't be working on that game anymore every year. So I'm like, why do you have to be such a... I don't know, but it makes me angry. I know what you mean. So, totally.
FIFA just also add another feature, which is stadium upgrades.
Oh, I heard. Yep.
These do nothing to the game. Do you want to know what they cost? Just an example. I loaded it up and looked at the first one you could buy. 25,000 coins. Why would you ever buy that?
And it does nothing for you.
No.
It does nothing. Ugh. Exactly nothing. I'm gonna quickly work this out. You earn about 450 coins per match you play. Match if you win. I think it's like 300 and something if you don't win, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So 25,000 divided by 400, and let's say 490. Let's be fair with them and round up.
Mm-hmm.
How many matches do you reckon you have to play for it to earn that amount of coins?
1,000, maybe
500.
It's less than that. A lot less.
350.
A bit less. Way less.
100.
Less than 100.
Oh, 98.
You said 25,000 coins, and then divided by 450.
Yeah,
I was just guessing.
So, I mean, I was rounding. Okay, so 25,000, and then I was rounding 500. That's 5.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, hold on a second. I may have messed up.
500. It's going to be more than 500.
Yeah,
probably like 600.
I
messed up my calculation. 1 second.
Okay.
25,000 divided by 450.
Right.
Oh no, I haven't. It's 55 matches.
Still
55 matches. 55 matches to unlock a cosmetic that does nothing. Unless you pay for it. But who's gonna pay for that?
Dude, who's got the time?
Exactly. It's so scummy what they're doing, and it's really, really frustrating they're getting away with it.
No, and
yeah. Well, and not everywhere though, because like there are countries out there that have banned all microtransactions. Like Brazil's doing it right now.
Yes.
Good.
But then I think like Ukraine already did. Like they're banning these games from being released in their countries just because of the microtransactions, because they are gambling. Like I know that you said, like like these kids, like they're making a choice. It's their choice. But you can say the same thing about if a kid goes into a casino and puts a coin in a slot machine and fucking pulls the arm. It's still the kid making the choice, but a minor is not allowed in a fucking casino.
Exactly.
They have to be over the age of 18. Well, actually over the age of 21 because of alcohol being served. So they have to be over the age of 21 in order for them to even walk into a casino and gamble. But yet these video game companies are getting a shit ton of money from actual kids. Because like their parents aren't paying shit for attention to what they're doing, or they steal their parents' credit card and whatever they're doing, or the credit card information saved in the system because it's like, okay, well, let's just have your PlayStation Plus account automatically renew. So the card information is on there, and then the kid just has to go, oh, well, I'm going to buy these, a bunch of FIFA packs, and the card information is already there. They don't even have to steal shit. They're just spending the money. And all these companies, they're getting away with it. And yes, it's absolute crap. And honestly, I do think that they should be held legally responsible for this.
I agree.
The best thing they can do is just remove the microtransactions completely. I don't want microtransactions to be in the game anymore.
Nope.
If it's just gonna be like
the thing is, it's not microtransactions though. It's loot box the loot box algorithms.
Yes. And they should
like I have no issues with like Fortnite, their microtransactions. I don't care because you spend, your V-Bucks on this skin, you know exactly what you're getting. But
Agreed.
Like Star Wars Battlefront 2, those freaking boxes there, dude, ridiculous, and those are freaking pay to win boxes.
Yes.
But then you also have like we're talking about FIFA right now. Those are pay to win, and you don't know what you're getting.
Here's what I was gonna say though. Instead of making them microtransactions like FIFA points, don't make them microtransactions. Whatever else like COD has and whatever like Overwatch has, you make it easier to earn them by playing the game.
Like the show.
Yeah, like the show.
Like the show. Make it easier to earn them rather than just, hey, here's this very easy way to do it, or you can grind out for 6 hours. What are you gonna pick essentially? What's a kid gonna pick?
Fucking A.
Let's say if you won a match of FIFA, you earned 1,000 coins per match. That's already so much easier because you play, let's say 20 matches, there's 20,000 coins right away.
Or just make the pack not cost 100,000 coins.
Exactly, yeah. Or here's the other thing they do. FIFA has like a Division Rivals thing where like if you play a certain amount, you like rank up a bit. It's basically like playing against online opponents. Squad battles are the same thing. Like you can play them in points, and you can like you cash them in for packs. Make it so you can get better rewards. Right now, I'm playing in Division 6, which is basically like an average player. And I've grinded quite a bit together, essentially, because FIFA as well. FIFA is just a bunch of like, it comes down to luck at some points, but there's just times where you're just getting absolutely outclassed. It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
Fuck that. And oh god, I just remember all the horror stories of all the parents that that they're like, oh okay, I guess little Jimmy or Timmy or whatever, it's okay, they can have access to my card because they're just gonna download games on sale, right? Full experience. And then a month or two later you get like fucking the bill for like thousands of money spent on things like that, and they have no control over. So I like what Tuck said. It's like, okay, you can actually have restrictions on like their kids are not allowed at a casino because there's alcohol and there's this adult environment and things they shouldn't experience just yet, so there's like control in there. But in here it's like the fucking Wild West, so you can like scam these fucking kids and there's nobody watching out for them because it's online, you're not their presence, there's no gatekeeper. So it's like like screw you and your children. That's pretty fucking horrible. I hate that. And another thing about EA, what?
There's such a simple way as well to like just to block that. Just put a password every single time they try to make a transaction.
Yeah.
Simple. Come on. Just an account. Just basically like have it so like if they try to make a purchase, you have to put in a password.
Well, yeah, having like the parents having to be held accountable for their child's actions is something that does need to happen. Obviously, I'm not saying that the companies should be responsible for all of the blame. Yes, obviously, a password, setting a password would help. Not saving your card information in their system would help. But the fact that they're there in the first place is what needs to stop. And like, I just thought of like I don't know if anybody's actually made the argument, but I just thought of an argument that could be made. It's like, well, then what's the difference between these loot boxes in games and like, I don't know, packs of Pokemon cards, like, because those are random also, like, yeah, like you're only guaranteed like 1 rare, 3 uncommon, 5 commons, or 3 commons and a couple energies or whatever. I don't know what the layout is anymore.
Yeah,
but like it's still a random thing. You don't know exactly what you're getting, but at the same time, like one thing that's for those is it's a tangible fucking object. You get to actually keep the shit.
Yes.
Whereas FIFA, once EA takes the server down, you spend how much money on nothing?
Exactly.
Here's my argument for this. Pokemon cards, you can actually get use out of any card you want, and you can like the card as well.
Mm-hmm. You resell them.
You can sell them. Yeah, exactly. On FIFA, there's like 5 or 10 that are actually decent. The rest are all shit.
Fuck.
a Pokemon at least there's a better chance of me packing a good Pokemon card than there is packing a good FIFA player. I can guarantee that. Like, let's say I open 10 packs of Pokemon cards. I open 10 packs of FIFA 10 FIFA packs. I'd probably get maybe 5 or 6 if I was lucky in a Pokemon pack. I'd be lucky to get 1 in 10 FIFA packs, and that's if I open like the best FIFA packs as well. Like Pokemon packs, you can buy any of them, and you have a good chance of getting anything. It's just how many you buy. FIFA packs, you can spend, I don't know, 200 quid and not even get a good player.
And like Pokemon cards, they have so many opportunities for like really good, at least like really cool looking cards. Like not only do you have the rares that are in there or the ultra rares that are a little bit like less frequently pulled, but you have the holo foil cards. You have the reverse foil ones, which is like it's foil except for the picture. You have the rainbow foiled cards. Like there's a lot of different types of cards that like, I mean, so they increase the frequency of getting something more than just a rare. Yeah. And I don't know, just there seems to be more bang for your buck as far as like these like Pokemon cards or other card games, Magic the Gathering. I used to play Star Wars, the customizable card game, and Star Trek's trading card game, both by Decipher. Those are no longer in circulation, but I spent a lot of money on those, and I loved it.
So I've literally just brought this down. This is a book I had when I used to collect Pokemon cards, and you can store your Pokemon cards in like little pouches.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. I had something like that before. Those were awesome.
Yeah, you got a foil Charizard Premier.
Oh, dude!
I had one, and then I got rid of it. I can't remember. I think I traded it for something when I was like new to Pokemon. I had no idea about it.
Dude, I did the same thing, man. I did the same thing. I hate myself. I hate myself.
Why?
Like I wonder why I kept them for so long, and then I remember why. There you go, son. This is my level X Dusknoir card that I got back in the day.
Nice.
I've had this card for like 10, and it just looks like a really cool card. It's rare, yes.
That is a cool card.
It is cool. I like it.
But it's much easier to get these than to get a good player on FIFA.
That, and you actually have the physical card.
Exactly.
You get to keep it forever.
This book's probably 10 years old.
Oh shit!
Like I have not collected Pokemon cards in years. Mainly because I can't go and buy them in a reasonable place. But yeah, some of these cards are so old. Like I have nothing past Generation 5, which came out in 2010.
In 2010?
Yeah.
Now, one thing that bothers me around this is like talks to you get to keep it, and at least after a while, the value of these cards, like if you've kept them in good condition, and they become like rarer and more of a collectible, more desired. So eventually, if you don't want them anymore or are running into like some sort of financial situation or something, you can sell them for a lot more, right? You trade them or whatever. It helps you out, but at least you have the thing in your hands. What about it?
I just thought it was a cool card. It's one I didn't even realize I had. It's a Heatran card. Heatran was one of the legendaries in Generation 4.
I like that.
Yeah. It's a holo card, I'm pretty sure, as well.
Those holos are cool. Those are in the shinies. I see it now.
Yeah.
See, but at least like as the years go by, that there's more generation of Pokemon added, and they get more creative with what they add to the cards with the holos and this and that. Then there's some sort of reinvestment. So at least like you're getting not Stacy Malibu with a hat, but like more than that, it's a complete new doll. I knew you'd get that reference. I knew you get it. As opposed to fucking FIFA, dude. What?
I might just sell a couple of these just because how old they might be. I might be able to get something from them.
Here's what bugs me about FIFA, and people should be really pissed about this, because if you notice, I mean, the excuse about FIFA being so shitty on the Switch is like, well, it's underpowered. You can't do much on that console, so they just kind of like, we're just going to change the stats around. We're going to fuck with the numbers and maybe update the roster, and that's it. But it's the same game. Like, nothing else and change. It's copy-paste. Just put a different number. And you're like, fine, I don't really justify it. understand that there's probably less work that you can do on that console, right? Like it takes a bit less of development or whatever in the cycle. But when it comes to like the fucking bigger ones, like if you're gonna work on the game, at least make it better for PC or for the Series X or some shit. Because honestly, people have said like there hasn't been that many upgrades to the gameplay or to the graphics. That the people in the stands still look ugly as shit. And not only that, but there's people taking like pictures of like looking up at the stands or the outside of the like stadiums or something. And for some reason, on 2020, 2021, they found banners that still say like in the middle of the game. If you pay close attention, that like whoever was working on that, the developers or the designers, they found that people working on the game left banners of like FIFA 18 or FIFA 19 or like that on more modern games. Yes, you can play them, and they forgot to change certain things in certain stadiums, so you still have older logos in newer games. And I'm like, wow. You're lazy. You really didn't give a fuck though. Just change the ones that are noticeable. Everything else in the back, like fuck it, no one will notice, but they did. I fucking hate that.
How'd you pull that up?
I don't know.
Clearly, their quality assurance team doesn't exist.
Nope. Wait, quality assurance? That's a good one, Jared. That Tox, you're funny. You're funny, man. Oh my god. But seriously, you wouldn't even reinvest in your game. At least like make it show like all this fucking money. Where is it going? I want to know like whose fucking pockets are getting like deep like a fucking. This one is going to the center of the earth because it does not reflect on the newer versions. That's for sure, and that makes me angry.
Again, EA's like quality assurance. What is that, like a sex thing?
Because they're gonna fuck you so hard, they're gonna screw your wallet. That's why, not the good sex.
Exactly.
That's the bad one.
My wallet's been screwed ever since like it. They've also just released like a new promo called basically the Team of the Season promo has just come out. Team of the Season is basically like the best players of the season. So for example, Messi got a Team of the Season. Ronaldo's probably going to get a Team of the Season when his league gets released.
Yeah.
And then you've also got like icons. I've been playing FIFA for like 6 years, by the way, and I have not packed a single icon. Icons basically like the players that were like great in their time, but now they've retired. So now like they got these special cards like show how great they were. Super rare.
Is Pele one of them?
Pele is one of them.
Is David Beckham one of them?
Beckham got one this year actually.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, you got like players like Thierry Henry for an Arsenal legend, who was like the big one. Diego Maradona got his one.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, he was an incredible player back in the day. Back in the 60s. Not 60s.
70s.
70s and
yeah,
80s.
Around the Pele era. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you had what was another big one? Johan Cruyff, Johan Cruyff was a great player back in the day. They're gonna be like more players who get them like recently. Petr Cech, who was a great goalie for the Premier League, he's just got his one because he retired a couple of years ago.
Oh wow!
But yeah, they're super difficult to pack. Never packed a single one of them. 6 years ago.
6 years ago already. Holy shit!
Yeah, never packed a single sort of like icon. And the Team of the Season, which is like the big like promo for like best players of each season. I have packed a few of them. I will say that I have packed a few of them. Some of them are sold for a bit of money, but it's just not what I expect. I want to pack more for the amount of money I'm putting into the game.
So, out of curiosity, if I pull something like that, should I just sell it for coins or?
It depends on what you pack. For example, if you pack, let's say, Lewandowski's just got Team of the Season. He's the highest rated Team of the Season. You can get. I would say sell him because you probably get like 1 million coins for him. You can make a really good team out of that instead of just keeping him and not, But if you pack like, say like a lower rate one or like a cheaper one, you probably can sell. I would say hold on to him and you can like throw him like SBs and stuff like that where you can get better players. It's just a case like FIFA's like a stock. The FIFA market's like a stock market. That's what I like to put it as. And players will go up and down in price all the time.
Wow. Okay.
It's just insane. It's just insane.
I'm glad we're bringing all of this up because I wanted to ask you guys something. Remember that one thing I brought up last week that I said we were talking about this week? Apparently, it isn't over.
Not an apple.
It keeps going. What have you guys heard about that?
And a banana.
It didn't end yesterday. They're gonna go into week 3. What do you guys know about that so far? Because there's so much juicy shit coming out of that thing.
I didn't actually read any of this at all. I need to look this up.
Okay. So I know a little bit because of a Legal Eagle episode that was talking about how Apple brought up a naked Peely, and in the argument, and Epic put a suit on him. And Apple said something about like it being inappropriate or something for Peely to be naked, and they were like, "Well, 1, we put a suit on him, and 2, it's a banana."
You're losing bad when you have to fucking use that as an argument. It's like, dude, no, it's just
it's inappropriate. This banana is naked. It's a banana. What are you worried about? Seeing his little banana?
Do you want to appeal this case?
It was like over wasn't like mobile players were like Fortnite was getting taken off the mobile Apple Store, wasn't it?
Okay, so the reason why it got started is because Epic was trying to get around Apple's Apple Store price, their fees that they do, right? Yeah. So with like on Androids, you can buy your V-Bucks through the Google Play Store, or you can buy them directly from Epic, and the cost isn't any different. But on Apple, Apple charges an extra like $1 for every transaction, and Apple takes that money. And Epic was like, well, this is stupid. We have people on iPhones that are paying more for V-Bucks than people on Android or on the consoles. And so what they did was on the Apple apps, they added an option to pay through Epic directly and not go through the Apple Store, and it saved you $1 on the charge. Yes. Apple caught wind of it, and they're like, you know what? Fuck you guys. And they removed Fortnite off their app store. And then so that's where the lawsuit got started.
That really showed them.
Because people who have Fortnite on their Apple device before it got removed, they're still able to play it just fine.
Yep.
But here's the logic to it. Oh, you want to pay money? Oh, you want to pay us $1 less? Well, here you go. Now they can't pay for anything. Haha, joke's on you. Oh, wait. That's the dumbest logic I've ever seen in my life.
It's Apple's logic.
Yep.
Because Apple the Apple Store is also harder to get an app put onto than the Google Play Store. You can pretty much put any app you want on the Google Play Store, and unless it's like something very malicious and like going to put viruses on somebody's phone, shovelware, then they usually don't police it. But on Apple, you have a very long process to get approved by Apple for your app to even be available on the store. And then once it is on the store, they get a portion of whatever ads you have running on it. If it's a free app, if it's a premium app, then they get a portion of the cost of it. And then like with Fortnite or any other mobile game where there's in-game transactions, they get a percentage of those transactions as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Apple went from think differently to don't think at all on this one, but sure, whatever.
Yep.
And they're making everything really fucking scummy. So it's cool that that Epic decided to take action. And you know who else sided with them? Spotify. They jumped in on the thing and they got their back. And now I don't know if you guys noticed, but like if you're a member of the Fortnite crew, you're again at the beginning of the year, they gave you like 2 or 3 months of free Disney Plus because they had this deal with Marvel. And now they're buddy with Spotify in certain countries. You get 3 months of free music, like in Spotify Unlimited, if you're a member of the Fortnite crew. So,
it's insane.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want me to kind of, go over? I'll try to make it short, but like some of the highlights of everything we've seen.
Yeah, go for it.
Out of all the documents that were thrown around, right? All the internal communications that were supposed to be like classified info between. 'Cause there was stuff from Epic, there was stuff from Microsoft, there was stuff from Sony, there was stuff from Apple as well. Not much from the Google Store, I guess. The Play Store played a bit nicely because it's not only what Talk said, but also Epic try to be a little bit more like friendly with all its partners and like, okay, when it comes to players, we're gonna try to make V-Bucks cheaper, right? So more kids can consume them. So that's one thing that other companies didn't really like, and this was like a way around them. So I guess they had to renegotiate the deal with like Microsoft and Nintendo and Sony, and that they came to an arrangement, right, that worked out for them. But Apple still was like, nope, still not good enough for us. So that was even worse and added fuel to the fire, right? And Epic was like, well, we're making all this money. They're actually losing money with it was discovered that they lose money with their Epic Game Store, but they're not even bothered because they're like, okay, this is the price to pay for getting exposures. Hopefully, if we bring more people like this with free games and all that stuff and certain exclusivity deals that are like fucking expensive out of the wazoo, maybe we can be the new Steam. So that's what they're trying to do, but it's not quite there yet. But at least it's they're doing something about it, right? And they're also giving the if you want to work with Unreal Engine, it's like, hey, you're an indie developer. How about you use our engine? When we split the profits, now you get a bigger slice of the cake. We're not gonna take as much away from you because that you want to grow. You deserve this as an indie developer, double A team, and also because we want you to continue working with us, right? So you don't choose Unity or anything else, which makes sense. Yeah. And the only one that didn't play nice was fucking Apple. So one of the things that we found out is like, now Sony is coming out as the villain of this fucking story, and they're about to get sued as well. Because check this out, they're the only fucking company. Remember how like they were against crossplay? Because accidentally, like, I think Microsoft turned it on, or someone at Sony turned it on for Fortnite. Like, someone found out that you could play against other players in different platforms, and it was some mistakes. Like, somebody, like, turned it off after a few days. And I'm like, oh, wait. So you're telling me that, like, Sony said it can't be done, but it's been on for a while, and no one noticed. And there was some fucking whistleblower that put it back to, it's like, wait, there's something wrong. And people started to notice. So, like, Epic tried to bring everyone on board to be like, hey, let's make this a thing. That's what the players want. Yeah. And if it wasn't for Fortnite, like Apex and Rogue Company and fucking COD and all these other games would not have crossplay or cross-save or cross-progression. Yeah. So that was a good thing. But now the documentation shows that, like Sony had to cave because of all the pressure from all parties and sides that, was like, hey, make it a thing. Let me play with my friends, even if we don't have the same system. And they had to eventually fucking cave. And this was an announcement on E3 2018 when Fortnite finally dropped on the Switch. That's when I actually started playing, which was around like Season 3, Season 4. But now, there's these internal emails say that Sony is the only company that charges others to allow them to have crossplay on. So they're gonna fucking sue them over that. Not only that, but Sony is the only one that asked to remove their digital games or digital codes from other shops. So like if you wanted to buy, let's say a Returnal digital, you could do it through Amazon and get a code, or go to your local Gates like GameStop and get it digitally there. They're like, nope, now we're gonna have the monopoly. You can only get physical copies from our games for a more expensive price. Elsewhere, they can go to Best Buy, you can go to Walmart, you can go to GameStop, whatever, in case you don't get it from us. Or you can buy it digital, but only buy it off of PSN for the exact same price, and no one else gets the fucking slice of the cake. So that's pissing off also, retailers, and they're also going to retaliate. So there's two things against them that it's really, really gonna make it's making them hard because what? Go.
Basically, everyone's getting greedy, and they're all about to lose them. They're about to lose more because of it.
Right. The fact that the digital copies of the game, because it's sold on the PlayStation Store only, the price is just bullshit. It is. Because I can understand having the price of a physical copy be more expensive because you have a physical product. Two, you have to deal with like retail costs of like having the retailers sell your product. Mm-hmm. You have to deal with the cost of the logistics, like the transporting of the physical product from point A to point B. Yeah. These things cost money, and so it makes sense for it to be more expensive. But the fact that a digital copy can cost the same, if not more, without all those costs is bullshit. Like without all those extra costs is bullshit. Especially now that they're releasing systems that are digital only. Like the PS5, there's a digital only version. The Xbox Series S is a digital only version of the X. So, like,
they're profiting off it, and it's really frustrating for people who can't. Because also, let's quickly bring this up. The Series S was 250 quid when it first came out. What was the Xbox Series X? Was it 400?
5, same as PS5.
500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can already see there's a bit of a difference there. You think, oh, okay, that's great. I can go digital only. It'll be fine. And then you realise that every single game is going to cost like at least £10. It's £10 more in the UK. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure FIFA cost me £60.
Ugh.
And like, because I buy it digitally each year. And it's frustrating because you'll notice that price. So you spend 250 quid, but by the time you bought like digital games, you're going to spend way more than that, way more than 400.
Oh yeah.
So what's the point?
Not having to worry about discs, but
there's a downside to that. Go ahead, Tox.
I'll be happy to worry. I'll be happy to worry about discs if it means I can get a cheaper. If it means I get a cheaper copy and it's actually working.
No,
well, I got the Xbox Series S because that's all I was able to find available. I would prefer the X, just like the PS5. I want the one that does have the disc tray.
Yeah.
If all I can get my hands on is the digital only version, then fine. Right. Like, first things first, I just want the next gen systems.
Right.
And then I could worry about whether or not they accept discs or not. Obviously, they also have the benefit of having like twice the hard drive. What I realize is that we're talking like with the Xbox Series S and then the digital PS5 is that you remember when the Xbox One was first coming out?
Oh yeah,
when it was first announced, and Microsoft was sitting there being like, we're gonna make every game to where it can only be activated on one system, and you cannot trade, you cannot sell, you cannot let your friends borrow it.
Yep.
And like everybody was like, "What? No, that's stupid." Rabble. And they're like, "Oh, whoa, okay."
Sony made fun of them.
That shit's happening.
Yeah.
Now it's happening only because it's a digital only. Like, they're releasing the digital only consoles that are easier to get than the physical consoles, and so now they're making it to where you can't sell your game, you can't trade it in, you can't let your friends borrow it.
It's dumb.
It happened. 7 years later, it happened.
I'm more happy to wait for the Series X and the PS5 to come back out into retail, like, so I can buy it. I can buy one for 3 reasons essentially. A, I prefer to have the PS5 or the Series X because it would feel like it'd be a lot easier. What else was I going to say? B, I want to have my own physical discs because I do have a lot of discs. I know the Xbox Series X and PS4 are going to be backwards compatible with all games that have been out before that.
Yeah.
So, for example, games like Xbox 360 games might be compatible with my Series X. And see, simply because there's not really much out for the Series X or the PS5 exclusive right now. Not that I can think of anyway. There's not many things. Like, I can buy Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS5, but I can also get PS4.
See, so there's actually a benefit there because the PS5 has a separate trophy list.
Oh yeah,
cool.
It does.
Whereas on Xbox, they share fucking achievement lists.
That's true.
It's stupid.
Cool. I don't mind that. I don't care. Cool. I can get the PS5 version of Spider-Man Miles Morales. I can plan them again. Cool.
That's what Razer did.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a good thing with the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't do that on Xbox. That's
what I'm saying is there's no exclusives. Like, I don't have to buy a PS5 just so I can play Spider-Man Miles Morales. I can play on my PS4. Is there actually any exclusives out yet?
Okay, some people try to say that it would be what's that horror game that beat on stream? The Medium. They were saying, "Oh, The Medium." That was the first thing. And I was like, "Nope," because you can play it exclusively on Xbox platforms or Microsoft platforms, I should say, because if you have Windows, you can play it on PC as well. But it's actually not from a Microsoft-owned third-party studio. It was some other studio that decided to have exclusivity, the deal with Microsoft this time around, but it's not one of their in-house teams, so it doesn't count. That rules it out. Otherwise, there's nothing else out there really. Not yet, anyway. It should have been Halo.
Well, he was
but
asking,
you know what happened?
Is there any games that's exclusive to the next-gen console? Like, is there any game that's exclusive to PS5 that PS4 does not have access to?
Returnal and Godfall. Godfall was also on PC, so I would say just Returnal for now.
Okay, so one game.
Right.
One game that I only just heard of today. That I just heard of today.
Yeah.
For now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for now. I can understand like there'll be exclusives to PS5 in a couple like say years or so, or even like just next year. But right now, there's not really like a reason to buy a PS5 because I can just play on my PS4 or play on my Xbox.
Yep.
Same hard drive space because I've got my external hard drive.
Right, because even sort of external storage is an issue on the modern system, so it's gonna take a while before we actually get extra storage at a decent price. What?
Can we quickly just talk about that? What was the PS2 like memory cost? Was it 8 megabytes maximum?
There was like 64 or 128. I think I had a 128.
Yeah.
Well, those were third party, right? Because this was official, but it's only 8.
Yeah, and 8 was all that PlayStation allowed. The PlayStation made, Sony made.
Yeah.
But yeah, a third party, I was able to get like a 128.
Dude, my GameCube has a 164 in third party, sort of like.
I had like 200. I think I had like 50 games still on my PS2.
Ooh.
That's insane. Like how small those games must be then. For 8 megabytes. Look at the Xbox. Look at the Xbox Series X or the Xbox One. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 500 gigabyte Xbox. It's full. I bought a hard drive for it. It's nearly full again. I'm pretty sure I've got 100 gigabytes left.
Yep.
And that's because I've cleaned it out again.
I have right here is an 8 terabyte hard drive for the Xbox.
I saw that.
Why?
So good.
Why do we need that much? Why do we need that much memory just for?
I never want to have to deal with the whole. Oh, I can't play this game because I don't have enough room. Okay, let me delete this other game to make room.
Right.
If I want to play a game, I want to just install it and play it. I don't want to have to fucking juggle games.
I'm okay with it if I'm not going to play the game ever again. Like, for example, I have Call of Duty, which I'm never going to play, let's say, Black Ops 3 ever again, or Modern Warfare Remastered ever again. So I'll delete those happily. When I'm having to flipping, like, sort out my hard drive space to get a couple games on there, like, there was times where I was thinking, do I have to delete GTA? Am I going to get rid of, like, FIFA or something like that? Am I going to get rid of... what's another, like, really big game that's... So Apex is, like, 64 gigs now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's insane how much gigs some games take up. Mm-hmm. Red Dead was like 120, so that's a core of my Xbox taken up already by one game.
Yes, I remember that was an issue when it came out.
I have my external hard drive. That's a terabyte, so I have a 1.5 terabytes of memory now. It's still nearly full, and I've got maybe like 20 to 30 games on there.
What the? Really?
Yeah, and my PS4 was just as bad. I had to buy an external hard drive for that because I couldn't have Overwatch, Siege, and what was the other big game? Apex on there at the same time.
Dude, that fucking blows.
So I mean, you might be okay with like moving shit around in order to make room for another game. I don't like even the possibility of being inconvenienced by it.
I hate it.
I have too much that goes on in my day to day. Like between work and kids and everything like that, like that's messing around with my hard drive in order to make room for a new game. That's an extra stress I really don't need.
I agree.
I will say I'm not happy with it if it's games I want to play, but if it's games I'm never gonna play again, I'm just gonna delete them straight away. Like I've got my shelf up there with all my games on them. There's about I'd say 40 Xbox One games. Ooh. I think most of them are on my hard drive, if not all of them. Apart from like some ones that I know I'm never gonna play again, like for example Black Ops 3, Lego Jurassic World I'm never gonna play again because I've already 100%'d it.
Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
Unrelated. Sorry.
Oh, well you can say it.
I thought you were talking about Jurassic Park or the Jurassic World game, not Lego Jurassic World.
Oh no.
Because I saw that on Game Pass and I was wondering if that's an easy completion, but that's not what you were talking about.
Well, probably not.
Um, I don't know. Just as far as like having this Series S, it's just I want to have the newer stuff. I'm one of those types of people where I like to have the newer stuff.
Same.
And while it's not needed, because yes, most of the games that I have on Xbox are still on my one right here on that 8 terabyte hard drive. The only games I have installed on the Series S are literally the ones that I intend to play that have the XS symbol in the Game Pass app. With the exception, there's a couple, like 2 or 3 games that don't. That is just more of like a chill type of, let me just, chill and work on achievements while I'm sitting on the couch. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. And my TV does support the higher resolution.
Nice.
Whereas my monitors don't.
Ooh.
But I want to keep my Xbox and my PlayStation here at my monitors in case I want to stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because my Elgato's over here with my computer over here.
I'm going to talk about that in a bit.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like,
same.
It does. I know it doesn't make sense outwardly, but like in my head, it makes enough sense for me to be like, okay, I'm okay with this.
Right.
And I do suffer from pretty severe anxiety, and what I have set up with this, it doesn't trigger it. So as long as it doesn't trigger it, then I'm good.
I can relate to the whole not being inconvenience thing. That's why I have each console has external 2 terabyte. I know it's not much, but it gets the job done because I try not to go crazy with my downloads. And I have one 5 terabyte that I use for video editing because I know I have to clean up a lot of my captures out of the consoles so I can still have free room and then use all that footage and come back and make a video for my YouTube or my Twitter. So yeah, but it's not fun, but it has to be done. But as long as I don't never run out of room and any of those things, I'm more than happy.
Yeah, can I will quickly bring up like the you guys talking about like how your setups are like. I want to change my setup so badly. It's okay for what I have right now. But what I want to do is start streaming properly. I want to start using my Elgato to stream, and I want to start using it like to stream all my consoles and stuff like that.
Yes.
Right now, I can't do that.
Do it.
Sorry.
You really should. Something about seeing the little chat bubble thing on the top right corner of your stream. Something about that kind of just like, I'm just like, cringe.
Oh God! Wow.
Here is why I do it.
Damn! Talks fire, shots fired.
I have to stream off the app because my Elgato that plugs into my console. If I want to plug it in, I've got to bring the cable all the way across to my TV.
Oh.
From my TV to my computer, though.
Dude.
Like, okay, so here's my like I'm pretty much saying where my computer the same where my desk is and where my computer is. You see my window?
Yeah.
My TV's right next to that.
Oh. Dude.
Like it's on the edge right there. It's on shelves and I don't hate it. Well, I do hate it, but here's what happened. So basically we were changing around my room. This is like 2 years ago now. We changed around my room and I had a desk where my computer and my laptop would sit and my TV would sit where I play my games. So I'd be sitting on my desk playing. Now, not to hate on my mother at any point in this.
Oh my God.
But she decided to put the TV on my my TV on my shelves and take away my desk completely. So she made a new desk and put my TV on there. The desk is tiny. I've never actually measured it, but it's about that. You see how my arms are?
Yeah.
I can't see where your other hand ends.
Exactly. It's about like say like, can you see that there? No, you can't even see that. It's
okay.
Very small. It's
my
small.
God.
Say that.
Okay.
It can barely fit my PC on here. What I want to have is my computer and my TV on the same desk.
Yeah.
And she removed my desk, got rid of it completely. I have no idea where it's probably in the skip somewhere. The desk was fine by the way. Like you could game on that desk and be perfectly fine. So I can have my chair, work at that. That's all gone. It's just my TV on the top shelf and my consoles underneath on a lower shelf.
Oh.
I don't mind the shelves. But what I want is to have like a proper like desk. Like I've been looking at desks all the time. I'm always thinking I want a corner desk that goes around the corner of my room. So I can have my TV on one. I can have my TV on one part of the desk and have my computer on my other side, and then I can have like my consoles just in between them. So I can put my computer where I can put my computer there, plug in my Elgato, and I can start streaming off that properly.
I did have that set up. So okay, this is an L-shaped desk. Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Same.
And the thing is, when I first got the desk, and I have 2 monitors here, I did have this monitor, and then I had my second monitor over here. But then I was streaming, and I had to keep like the 90-degree turn on my head to check the chat.
That's what I'm doing right now.
started hurting my neck too much.
Yes,
so I'm like, okay, you know what? Never mind. So that's when I moved my consoles over here. My second monitor is just right there.
And that's also a good idea as well. But you could probably use that as well. Actually, I'd be totally fine with it. I feel like the consoles being in between like that would be easy. Just like move my Elgato and plug stuff in and stuff like that.
Yeah. You know
it's
what?
Really, really frustrating that my TV is there because it's in the most. It's in an inconvenient place if I want to watch TV as well because I have to move my chair out of the way because my chair otherwise it will sit like this when I'm gaming, and then obviously my bed's right behind me.
Oh.
So I'm watching something late at night. I have to move my chair out of the way or lower it down.
You know, one problem I have, it's like sometimes when I do the thing that talks the streams out of with the little bubble and all that, it's when I just want to like sit and play and all that because dude, my stuff's right there and this is my chair, so all I have to do is like face that way, turn my chair around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I already have the headset, which is kind of like a mic, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go and do it. Or when I don't feel like showing my face. But the better thing would be, to do like the proper thing that you want to do, what Queen does, what Tox does, and it's like I have to unplug the fucking console, bring it back over here. I have extra cables, like spare cables in here over here, so I don't have to move anything else but the hard drive and the power cord, and then I have to plug it in here, and then I have to bring everything to the Elgato. So like I look at this monitor for gaming, which is the one in which I have the chat right now, and then so video games go in this one instead of the chat, and where I have you guys right now, which is my main monitor. That's where I instead put OBS. So this is where I read my chat, and this is where I game. And I move the camera, so I'm always facing. You guys see my face when I look at my video games, and then I just turn around for the chat. But it's a bit of an inconvenience. I have to work on that too. But I like the ideas that you guys have, like how how Blade also changed the setup, or what Talks did for his. It worked that well. Because I remember like it was so different that before you got the suggestions from B and everyone else. Your current area, your station looks so different, Talks, and it came along nicely. Like within the last few months, I like how it looks so much better, and it's also easier for you to game with that setup. So that's kind of cool to change it that way. So hopefully,
I still gotta do some shit. Like I gotta clean and repaint the walls.
Oh,
I gotta clean that fan. That fan's dirty as fuck. You can see that.
Yeah.
I gotta get this out of here. This isn't mine. This is something that Queen put up on the wall.
You want the thing that really annoys me about like my shelves and that? It's just that I know I can put a desk there and it will work so much better and so much nicer and so much cleaner. But I can't because I had to take down all the shelves, take out everything, remove everything out of the way.
Ooh.
I've got my 3 consoles. I got my Skybox, which is also there. I've got my Wii, which is up there.
Oh no shit!
All my controllers. Everything will have to move out of the way. And just be put in a separate place, until I can move my desk around.
I see.
I have to take down the shelves as well, and all the shelves held up by brackets and stuff like that, which I have to take out each.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I hate about this setup that I currently have, because like I do like the space. I like having the wall behind me where I have, my stuff, my pops and my Switch games and my books. I enjoy this setup, and I have a window right here, and I have a screen on it, so I can open the window if I want to.
Yeah.
The thing I hate is that right on the other side of this desk is a couch.
Oh.
And my family, they don't sit on a couch; they flop onto the couch.
Oh god!
So every time I do that, it pushes back against my desk, and my cords my mouse cord runs behind my desk, between the desk and the couch. So when they do that, I can't move my mouse, and it's massively inconvenient. But that's like the only thing that I don't like about the setup.
Yeah, this is I'm on Amazon right now. This is like the desk I want.
Oh,
that was just a nice little curve round.
Yeah, good desk.
That is,
and it's like a nice little corner I can stick it in, where it'd be perfect.
Good price too.
Yeah, no shit,
$79.99. I can easily afford that.
You just have to stop buying Fortnite skins.
Exactly.
Don't tell him that. He's good for today.
I can easily put both my monitors on there.
Yeah.
I have a really nice setup. Like my dad has a dual monitor setup downstairs, and it looks amazing. And I want one of those as well. He uses it for his work, and I think he's got his laptop down there as well. Well, I haven't actually. I don't know if you guys ever used. Have you guys ever used like wireless keyboards and mouses?
I have. Yes.
I don't like them.
Not for gaming. For gaming, no.
Not for gaming. Just general use.
No. Okay.
General use.
All right. It depends.
No.
Yes.
It depends on what the general use is.
General use.
Is it like just surfing the web general usage? Just gonna keep doing it. Or is it like working on something like a coding project or something like that?
My mother uses it for like working, like she's a teacher, so like she grades students' students' work and stuff like that, and writes out work things as well.
So if it's something like that where I'm going to be constantly typing or constantly moving the mouse still, then I would still want a wired mouse and keyboard. Just because that the latency in the signal going from the device to the dongle is still going to be too much. I know that's a funny word. That's the actual word.
He said dongle.
Let me just say that again. Dongle. Dongle. ASMR stream.
I like this.
Dongle. But the latency is still enough that I'm going to get really irritated by it because it irritates me enough when I stream with my webcam on, I can see like the split millisecond delay in when I'm speaking. The camera shows me speaking, but the audio is coming through at the slightest delay, and my OCD is just like no. So wireless, no. Okay. I have to have a cord.
I have told this. I've said this. My dad hates the keyboard. I hate the keyboard. I'm pretty sure my brother hates the keyboard. I was like, oh no, it's so much better. No, it's not. Just listen to us.
It's not. It's not. And my keyboards, they always have to be mechanical too.
Oh yeah, mechanical.
I need to hear that click. That just it's.
Do you want to hear something funny?
It's that beautiful sound. Just click.
Do you want to hear a funny story with my mum, with what my mum did? So my mum has two wireless mouses. Wireless mice. Wireless mouses.
Yeah, mice. Mice,
so
baby.
She has two of them. One for a laptop. One for a laptop.
First episode of IT Crowd. Sorry.
Yeah. One for a laptop. One for like home usage.
That's correct English, guy.
Mm-hmm. So I went to go and use her mouse on her PC. Like I think it was like a couple months ago now. It was before Christmas. I remember that. And it wasn't working for some reason. I was like, why is this not working? Like, I'm using the mouse and everything. She comes in and was like, yeah, but you try and use that mouse? Yeah, I took the wrong mouse. So I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you not take why would you take a wireless mouse at school that you didn't know you knew wouldn't work? I forgot.
That is another thing is you have to keep the dongle with the wireless device. Otherwise,
don't lose your dongle. Don't cut off your dongle.
Nothing's wrong with that.
It works perfectly fine.
I found a new trigger for D.
Oh god, no.
This is the equivalent of Queen yelling balls. Dongle.
Stop. That's it. Thanks for tuning into the show. We'll see you next year. You guys have a good
day. I'm gonna put you in a quiet room.
Never. You'll never take me alive.
Put you in a quiet room for like an hour. You can come back once you.
What the fuck?
Again. Oh, but he caught it this time.
Fuck you, dude.
I forgot he was streaming.
You know everyone can see that right now. Everyone has access to my Discord. Awesome, you motherfucker.
Both times you've done that, he was the one streaming it.
Yeah, no, for fucking real. It's like, really, dude?
He just says, whoops.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. There's only one acceptable, and that feels sorry to admit this. It's just, I was too lazy. I was too lazy when this happened. But the only acceptable time for you to use a wireless peripherals, it's like.
be back in the quiet room.
In the dongle, the tiny dongle. No. Listen. The only way is like if you had your PC hooked up to that, and now when I watch it in bed, let's say I'm sick and I don't want to move or something, then yeah, you need the wireless things to be as lazy as like you have your snacks in your bed and all that. You don't want to get up. It's not right. Like it's. I'm not proud of that. But it's the only way in which it's acceptable to kind of try a thing like that. But if you're gonna again do actual work or a project or something big and you're gonna need battery like around all time, just go with wired.
There's a second acceptable use.
Okay, go ahead.
When your job actually provides you a laptop and expects for you to move around.
Oh yeah, no, right.
Having a corded a mouse is just inconvenient.
Agreed. Yep. I've done that. I know it. So other than that, no.
Oh, can I also tell another funny story about my mother?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my Microsoft account for my Xbox is pretty much gone at this point. Like the password is gone. We can't recover. We have to recover it at some point when I probably when I get my new Xbox.
Yeah.
So I question my mum like why can't you memorize passwords? Because what she does is very, very dumb. She writes down a password and then like puts lines like for it to like say like hey where's my hey like this needs to be written. And I'm like. Seems smart enough, right? Like, stop saying dongle. We have to go break D.
I'm glad I wasn't drinking water.
Oh my god. So we put it on my. So she writes down she'll write down a password, but she put lines for it. So she knows the password name and all that. But what she does then, it really frustrates me, is she puts variables on that password, and she doesn't say what the variables are. What?
Really?
Exactly.
Dude, whoa.
She encrypts her written down password.
I know. Yeah. Hack that. Yeah. Hack no.
Here's what I do with mine. I keep my same passwords in rotation. Like I'll use like 4 or 5 different passwords. Like one separate for my bank, one separate for this, one separate for that. I know my passwords. I don't have to write them down. I can memorize pretty much all of them. And if I don't, then I can just use another one out. I can pick the next one in my rotation.
Yeah. You know what? You guys give me an idea. Just like we have the hacky as our official hashtag, we should have a section of shit we hate. And we just call it in general like hack no. Just saying.
Yeah, and just this will be the first bit of it. I hate it because my mum doesn't know my password for my Xbox account. The Xbox account I put 8 goddamn years into. Nearly 9 this July. She's basically lost an Xbox account. I put so much time and dedication into it. I'm nearing 100,000 gamer score.
So was it her email address that it was set up on?
It was her email address it was set up on.
So she just needs to do a password recovery for that email.
The password recovery from Microsoft is absolutely garbage.
Yeah,
I agree with that, but it is still possible.
It's possible, yes. Do you want to know how easy it is on PlayStation? They send you an email, done.
Yeah, I know. Well, obviously the issue is that you don't have a PlayStation email address. It's not like you have BladeMaster2977 at PlayStation.com. But since Microsoft, like, you set up an account with them, you could use an Outlook account. You could use an Office 365 account.
Right.
Like there's a lot of Microsoft-owned email addresses.
Ways around it.
Yeah, then you get that. I'm trying to remember what the process was. You guys go for it. It was so flipping complicated because my mum's we have the password. We know like bits of the password. We just don't know if it's like capitals or if it's what symbols are used in it.
Did she set up security questions?
No,
did she set up a recovery email address?
You need
those. Here's where it gets dodgy, and this is why I hate her for doing this. She enabled 2-factor authentication with her phone number and then changed her phone number.
Oh, that's why I hate 2FA.
Dude, yeah, no.
Oh my god.
I'm never ever going to do that on any of my accounts if I can avoid it. Because I swear to God, dude, that was the dumbest decision my mother has ever made. She is a smart woman, and I will love my mother to death always. I always defend her in everything she does. But that decision has made me just think.
Always set up 2FA with an email address, never a phone number. Because when you change your phone number, you fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Exactly. I have never been more frustrated in my life because she's changed her phone number, and now I know it's going to be virtually impossible to get my Xbox account back.
Have you tried calling that phone number and be like, yeah, look, so I'm trying to recover my Xbox account, and I have two-factor authentication set up on that number?
Oof.
Even if I did, I don't think I'd trust the person on the other end. Because I don't know who's on the other end of that number, and I'm going to hate them for it.
I mean, they would just need to know... I mean, the 2FA would just provide them a code. So you could be like, look, I'm trying to sign in this thing. Going to do 2FA. You have the number that's associated with my 2FA. And so when you get a code, can you please just like text it to me real quick?
It might work if the person was like that type of person, but
I will buy your phone number.
I will buy your phone number. Just give me that code.
God. All right.
Or the thing is, even with the 2FA setup, there still has to be a way that Microsoft can help you get through that. Maybe they're like, you have two-factor authentication set up. Can you provide the phone number that it's set up to? They're like, okay, yeah, it's this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, like, there's so much information that they collect on you when you set up the account. They have to be able to verify you somehow.
Yeah, no, they have to.
Must be a way. I think the best way to do it is there is a recovery password. There's like a 25 letter long recovery password that comes up on your Xbox, and you have to put that in. But the thing is, we've never had time to like do that all together because it's her iPad stuff. So I actually want that back. But it's just been like super long. Like it's just gonna be like it might be a thing, and even if I do get into it and I do find I do get the password recovered, I'm gonna have to change that password straight away.
And change the email address that it's associated to.
For real.
Exactly. I'm changing my email account, and it's going locked straight down. You are not touching this account ever again. This is mine alone.
Mine.
There are other accounts like it, but this one is mine.
Exactly. Like, so let's say your 100,000 gamer score account just got lost, and you can never get it back.
Oh, dude.
How pissed off would you be?
It actually temporarily did happen.
What?
Oh my god,
No
really?
way.
Yeah. It actually it did happen. I was having I did have some trouble accessing it because it was set up on. I think it was an old email address of Queen's.
Oh no.
And it's. I think it was lost for like a year or so. We were finally able to figure it out, get through the recovery, and figure it out. Oh wait, no. Sorry. It was, for some reason, my Xbox account was set up on the kid's mother's email address.
Oh.
That she no longer used.
I see.
Oh god.
And I was trying to get back into it, and it took a very long time to figure out all the information necessary in order to get Microsoft to help me recover it. And then when it was recovered, my email address was already associated with a newer Xbox account that I wasn't happy with. And so when we recovered the one, we put it in Queen's email address. And since then, I've removed the Xbox account from mine and moved mine from her email to my email. So now it's all set up the way I want it. But yeah, it did happen for a while.
It's gonna be super frustrating to like go through all that and get it sorted eventually. Eventually I will do it, and that Xbox account will stay mine, and I will keep it. Because it's super frustrating. It's super frustrating knowing your account details are in someone else's name, and you want access to it, but you can't get access to it because they can't remember their own fucking passwords. So, well, hey, let's put variables on this because this won't be confusing at all.
Right?
Yeah. We got that resolved a few years, like 3 or 4 years ago. The thing is, that wasn't the only account that happened with. My EA account was actually done the same way.
Ooh,
and that was a lot harder to recover because they were much more strict on what they would allow as far as information in order to verify the account.
Uh-huh.
And actually, they didn't help me. Somehow, like somehow I ended up being able to log into the email address. I don't even know how. But when I did, I was like, I immediately was like, yeah, update this email. Now I have my EA account back. But that was only a few months ago.
Yeah, it's just super annoying. I get why they do it. It's for security, but sometimes it goes a bit over the top for me. Because we've proven we have the email, and like we've shown it multiple times, and they will not accept it unless we show our phone, show the phone number that no longer exists, that we can't use. Because phone numbers change all the time. Like ours changed for a bit, and then we swapped them back when we got our new phones last year. And it's just super annoying because I know the phone number doesn't exist anymore.
It is.
And I know, like, if I could like say like, hey, can I send it to an alternate email address? Can I send it to my personal email address and have it sent that way?
That'd be cool.
No, they don't. No, they don't allow that. Don't allow that. And I get why they don't do that because again, it's just no way to steal stuff.
Oh god.
But it's just annoying because we know the accounts. We know the accounts there, and we know we can recover it. But it's just that one thing that's getting in the way.
Yep.
I wonder if there's a way to disable the two-factor authentication in your Xbox.
You might need to enter a password in order to disable it.
Yep. They'll ask you for that, definitely.
There's always a catch.
Of course.
Oh, and I misspoke. It was my EA account on my Xbox profile.
Oh,
all right.
I see.
That's why I was able to play like Apex and Battlefront and everything like that on my PlayStation because that was my email address associated with that one. But on Xbox, it was the other email address that I didn't have access to. And so
can I just say,
every time I would go to play an EA game on my now Tox LaClure Xbox profile, it would automatically sign into that other account that I didn't have access to until a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, can I just say, PS4, I didn't enable two-factor authentication for a good reason. Because literally, I forgot my account. I knew I'd forget my account password, so I changed it. So when I was going like log into something else, I think it was the PlayStation app on my phone. I was like, "Hey, what's your password?" I'm like, try this. Nope. Try that. Nope. Okay, I've definitely forgot my password. Hey, I forgot my password. What's your email address? Yeah, it's this. There you go. You can reset your password now.
Yep.
15 minutes maximum it took me.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of stuff about Microsoft and all that, I like to touch up on two more things. There's many leaks that were out of the lawsuit, but there's two that I like to address if you don't mind before we end the show, because that'll be more coming, so the others can wait. Apparently, Epic wanted to, make deals. You know how they're making deals with Microsoft, PlayStation, about like, hey, let's bring like Days Gone and Horizon and all that into the Epic Game Store, and Halo skins and skins and all that. They wanted to do something similar with Microsoft, but then they realized that Microsoft changed their model with Game Pass, and suddenly it's like, no, we also want to make PC gaming strong. So like, oh shit, like they were going to try to bring PlayStation and Xbox into their stores. They could, in a way, kind of fight Steam. But then they got some emails. I guess even like Phil Spencer was copied on that thing, and it's like, wait, no, Microsoft wants to do its own thing for PC as well to try to compete with Steam. So Epic was like, never mind, I guess I'm just working with PlayStation. And they somewhat consider the idea of trying to work with Nintendo, but they're like, yeah, no, dude, Nintendo plays alone. They do their own thing by their own rules, so that's not going to happen. Which brings me to this big topic. You guys remember, it was announced on the Game Awards, right? When the last season 5 of the Hunters and all that, there were a lot of crossovers. Like we got like Sarah Connor and Predator and what was it? Like the Alien and Street Fighter even and all that. Do you guys remember that for some of the biggest first drops were God of War, and then it was Kratos, and then it was Master Chief? You got some Halo stuff now that you can play on any platform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so people were saying like, oh, dude, Nintendo might do it next. Nintendo's coming. What if we get an iconic character? It's like, well, it's kind of hard. It's kind of weird to picture like Link or Mario like shooting guns. Like that makes no sense. But they're like, you know what? Somebody we already have in armor. We have a badass character. What about Samus Aran? And everybody like wanted Samus, and it never happened. But now the documentation from the leaks show that Epic did ask for her. They requested her, and they were in talks to Nintendo. So Nintendo's kind of like not opposed to it, but they're so protected to their IP that I guess it's still in the works. It might happen, it might not. But if they were to add a Nintendo skin that can be played elsewhere outside of a Nintendo console, it might be Samus, so hopefully she'll drop soon. So because there were other skins that have been teased for a while, but it took actually a year ever since the rumors came out that they finally started dropping in the store. So you cannot rule out the possibility. But as of right now, it's still like up in the air. I thought that was cool because it would be nice to see a character like that, or at least Bayonetta or something like that. I don't know. You think that'll ever happen?
Actually,
like that, or go ahead.
Okay, can we just bring up something? You said that Mario and Link wouldn't be affected to hold guns. Smash Brothers. They can hold guns in that.
Well, the thing is that you have to think about the proportions compared to everybody else in the game of Fortnite.
That too.
Mario and Link, they're short. So, like, in order to make them similar height to everybody else in Fortnite, they're gonna look weird. They're either gonna look way too tall and skinny compared to what you're normally used to when you're playing as them, or they're gonna be fucking bulky as shit.
Yep, that hitbox is gonna be a nightmare.
Mario is a fake boy.
Thank you.
He is thicky thick.
Luigi though, or Waluigi.
He what?
Waluigi.
Wow. Do you remember? Was it Emu posted in the group chat? Like it was like, "Hey Blade, look at this." It was like Waluigi's finally.
Yes.
Waluigi looks like gone.
Dude, it was M.
It took them that long.
For real? No, for fucking real. Yeah, it did.
Interesting.
I know.
Dude's been neglected from Smash Brothers for so long. Seriously, Piranha Plant, but no Waluigi.
Wait, actually, no. Waluigi's still not in Smash. That was just a concept.
He was an assist trophy, but that was it.
Oh, like those spirits? Yeah, nope. I don't like those things.
No, thank you. When Nintendo shares the same thing as Waluigi, then I know that Waluigi's been neglected.
Dude, a lot of characters have been neglected. Like, but Nintendo.
Ridley was a big one for a while, then he got added.
Yep. Oh, yeah, really?
Sonic,
right, forever.
Yeah, Sonic was meant to be in Melee, I'm pretty sure, but then he got bumped back.
He did.
And I think Snake was also meant to be in Melee as well, and then he got pushed back to Brawl as well.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it was right at the end of the development. They were asking for him.
It was a good addition. I like its variations because they're so cool.
Snake and Sonic were like the two biggest changes to Smash Bros. At that time. It was like, hey, we're gonna have third-party characters in this Nintendo Royale.
Right.
And like you had Snake, who was like a pretty interesting character to begin with because he hadn't had much association with Nintendo. Because he was definitely more a PlayStation character. He was definitely more for like the PlayStation All-Stars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Sonic was like, if there a better character you could have added into Smash Bros. That wasn't from like a Nintendo game.
Nope.
Generally, like maybe what was like a big character back in earlier like gaming.
Gotta go fast.
There wasn't a Nintendo character
like
apart from Sonic.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man probably like the big one. He got added as well eventually though.
Yeah, true. Qbert maybe. He's not there. He's not on it.
I buried it into Minecraft Steve, but then that wasn't out then.
I can't believe Minecraft Steve was added. Holy shit!
I can't believe it either, and I'm kind of frustrated that he was because it's Minecraft.
Yeah. Freaking Kerbals. Well, at least now we know that at least the last two characters, not just of the current past, but the last two characters ever, at least of this iteration of Smash, will be added. Will be announced next month at E3. So we'll see.
Do they have characters out? Do they have characters out announced yet, or no?
Yeah, it's more in development, and that will be the end of the cycle for all the characters for Ultimate so far. At least that we know of.
I'm gonna make a prediction. Say there's gonna be another Pokemon's gonna be added as well, because we haven't had a Gen 8 Pokemon added yet, and you've got so many. You can have one of the Gen 8 starters probably being one of the big ones. Because they've had a Pokemon, they've had a new Pokemon in every Smash Bros. Game.
True.
I think Incineroar was like the one they added this generation. They might add another one. Probably like someone like I would if I had to hazard a guess, it'd be either Cinderace or Inteleon.
I think it was Incineroar and who else? No, yeah, you're right. There were a few that were added. None as main characters.
Pichu,
like, who were in the back, but
Pichu was in. Pichu came back. I think Mewtwo came back.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Trainer, I think, came back as well because Charizard basically was returned to being his own thing.
Ivysaur as well.
Greninja came back. He was in Smash 4.
Yes, Greninja. Right, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Jigglypuff in the? No, Jigglypuff got taken out. Didn't?
No, yeah, he got taken out. Right.
and then she got added back because I think she was like the first Pokemon, like the first character from the original 12 characters to be taken out.
It will put you to sleep. Yes. Back in the OG.
Yeah, she got taken out of the game altogether from the original 12 because I know like Mario, Luigi, Samus, Fox, Kirby, Pikachu, Donkey Kong. How can I remember who the rest are? Ness.
This was a trivia question.
It was in my quiz as well. I remember named the original 8, and I can't remember who they were now.
That's funny.
Star Fox.
I said Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, Bowser.
Link.
Bowser was in Melee.
Kirby.
I said Kirby.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Link.
Yoshi
was one.
Yoshi and Peach.
Captain Falcon. No, Peach wasn't. No. Captain Falcon was another one. It was a DLC character, I'm pretty sure.
Bomberman?
No, it wasn't Bomberman.
Pikachu.
No, I've said the DLC. I said did I say Pikachu?
You didn't say Pikachu, but it's one of the main 8.
Yeah, I'm
sorry. Donkey Kong.
Out of the original 12,
DK.
I think Jigglypuff's the only one to be removed from a game. Because all 12 came back in Melee. And 4 came back in Brawl.
No, right,
Jigglypuff got taken out in Smash 4, I'm pretty sure.
Agreed.
That's a strange thing to do. Of the original 12, I'd assume the original 12 would always come back because they're the big ones that everyone remembers. I think Roy, Pichu, Mewtwo, and someone else got taken out in Dr. Mario got taken out in Smash 4.
Oh yeah,
Smash Brawl. But that was obvious. They were obviously streamlining characters and bringing in new ones.
Right, that makes sense.
You have an amazing memory.
Yeah, I have a pretty Brawl was the first Smash Bros. Game I played, and I know a lot. I played a lot of it back in the day.
Brawl was fun, but Melee was better. I love Melee. I need that.
I'm gonna say one thing. That triggers you so. I'm gonna say one thing that triggers you. One thing that annoys you so much. Brawl is better than Melee. I might swear.
Wait, what? What about Brawl?
Better than Melee?
Get the fuck out. All right, so we have room for one new host. Blade's no longer part of the team. Thank you for your months of service.
I spoke my mind.
You know what's better than Brawl and Melee?
What?
Dongle.
God damn it.
Super Smash Dongle.
Should we talk about Wait. I'm trying to move the subject along quickly. Should we talk about what we're gonna do in the next couple of weeks? Because we have got a couple more topics planned.
Dude, I'm glad you said that because before you said I'm gonna make my prediction, I was gonna be like, yes, the next few weeks, we're gonna have again not the whole show, but we're gonna have little segments or sections about the road to E3, where we have what we expect, what we'd like to see, our predictions, shit like that. For at least for the big companies. So, but we'll be spreading that out within every weekend. Next week we do have one actual set topic besides the news. So, do you want to give it away or no? Well, because the only clue I can give you, it's a hint that you're gonna love this reference. Is hold on to your dookie. It's about to get spooky. I knew it.
This is gonna be the first. I think this is gonna be the first episode that I properly host myself because this is gonna be one I'm gonna be talking about, talking mostly. Apart from quiz night, which is obviously gonna be me because I was the quiz host.
No, but next one you get to play.
Next one I get to play. I think we're gonna do that at some point, maybe hopefully next coming weeks. If B is available.
Oh yeah, I'll reach out to her.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a ghost story sort of episode just dedicated to us. I'm gonna be find some spooky stories online that we can talk about. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find ones from each of our locations. So I'm gonna take one from Scotland. I'm gonna take one from I can't remember what state Tox lives in. I can't remember off the top of my head. Just give me a second. I'm trying to think. Oh, I can't remember what it is. This is annoying. Really frustrating.
Trying to think. More like trying to pull up my Twitter profile.
Right.
Arizona. I'll help you out.
Yeah, it was Arizona. I knew that from the start. Always knew it.
No, you did not. I'm kidding.
I genuinely didn't. I thought it was. I knew it began with A. I just couldn't remember if it was Arizona or Alabama. And I was like,
Alabama.
Alabama.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know states. One from Mexico.
You sure don't. Oh.
You think from Mobile, Alabama? You think? Do I sound like I'm from Alabama?
I mean, yeah,
Alabama.
Do I sound southern to you, boy?
I might find one from England as well if I can find one.
Get it in. He shouldn't.
Dongle.
I'll find some from Mexico.
And I'll find one from other places as well if I can. I
just wanted to see, does that word sound the same in southern It does.
I was gonna say one for M, but then I remembered M lives in Arizona as well.
Arizona, yeah. Oh, Tennessee.
You sure it's not Alabama?
B.
B, yeah. Where does B live? B is always one.
No.
Tennessee, Texas?
Yeah, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I knew it was one of the T's.
Hey, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only Tennessee.
I don't think it's any funnier.
I'm going to tell Chaos that you're hitting on B.
Oh, you know they're getting married next month, right? Or July?
I'm already a dead man from whenever like Queen finds me or whenever one of you two find me.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't kill you if I found you.
Queen will.
No, I wouldn't. Why would I kill you?
Certainly. I could probably, maybe not. Queen would definitely kill me though. Queen would strangle me.
I can see
I don't think so.
We have an agreement that Queen gets to kill me if we ever meet up.
I remember that. I saw that. I was there when that happened.
Yeah, we'll find some ghost stories. We'll bring them up. We'll talk about them. Have a laugh with them, maybe. It'll all be great.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Other couple of weeks, we have the quiz show, which we're gonna host at some point during the next couple of weeks. Probably towards June time, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Probably, I would say after E3 because E3 is also gonna be one big episode. We're gonna dedicate a lot of time to it, kind of.
And then an idea we did chuck around for a bit. I don't know if we're going to do it though. Was a mukbang where we all just order food. And
No.
We haven't decided yet. It's still up in the air.
It's on the drawing board. I think B wants to be a part of it if we did do it.
Oh yeah.
Now I will kill him if I ever find him.
Oh.
What was that noise?
It's me.
No. That was generally something outside just made like a really, really strange noise.
This has been a recording the entire time. I'm right outside your window.
I think you're recording. Jesus D. Right, I'm going to check this one.
Don't mind me.
Keep your camera on. We want to see what scares you.
We need evidence of the killer, dude, so we can catch him.
What if there's somebody that's about to murder you? We can't call 0118-999-8889-9119-7253.
Hey, simple reason I didn't take my camera with me is because it's on my computer. It's my computer camera.
Oh,
so I have to take my whole monitor with me if we want to see it.
But what I'm saying is like you didn't. Like, if you leave your camera on, then like if you go see what's going on, if somebody comes in there like they murder you and like you fall back into the screen of the camera, like we can see that and be like, oh man, we need to call emergency services.
Rip. Yeah, exactly.
Which is no longer 999.
Oof.
It's 01. What was it? 011819.
0118-999-8819-9119-7253.
Dude, honestly, we totally ripped the guys off. We used to have a different number, but they're like, no, let's just make it like the States and get 911 as well. And it's been 911 for like a few years now.
Do you remember the episode of The Simpsons where Homer joins the the Stonecutters and they give him the actual number?
Oh,
it's like 912.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a great episode.
Dude, the Stonecutters is like the top 3, top 5 Simpsons episode of all time.
Easily. Do you remember the song they had during that as well? That was a great song. Exactly. That was such a great song.
Who ranks every Oscar night? That one. Dude, we should have a Simpsons episode. A Simpsons special at some point.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Alright, so what else is down the pipeline besides that?
What was the other thing we had to talk about?
At some point we have to do Marvel Revisited.
Revisited, yeah.
Especially since we don't have the VOD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
The VOD.
Who didn't upload that?
I wouldn't know. Let me ask our staff. See what they say.
Yeah, we need to hire someone.
It was D.
Thanks, Docs. Appreciate you.
It's an owl.
Who?
I am the one who knocks.
Wait, it is who? Who is it?
Who?
It's fucking
I'm going to bed.
All right, bye. See you next time, dude. Oh my god, there's so many good things happening right now. Eventually, I will finish Invincible so we can talk about that show. You guys should watch it; it's fun. But we'll get a review out of that. We have Loki coming up next month. It's gonna be weird watching that on Wednesday instead of Fridays, but we'll definitely have to talk about it.
What's up, Bombastic?
Hey, Bum Bum, how's it going?
Bum bum, like bum bum.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's who it is outside your
Thanks for
window.
joining the show.
The ghost of Bombastic.
Yes, the creepy Jews going like. He was like.
That's actually gonna be on the Ghost Stories podcast.
Oh yeah. Do you have any ghost stories from Jordan that we can have?
Should I end on a ghost story just to like get themselves like get a little bit of a preview from the next one? This is the personal one that happened to me.
Ooh, do tell.
Okay, so this I can't actually confirm or deny it was a ghost encounter, but
hey, Jen, how's it going?
never happened. It's never happened again. It hasn't happened since. It's just strange. So I work in a gas station. I've said this multiple times before.
Oh yeah.
So will you shut up?
No.
Murderers.
Ow, man.
Don't shut up.
Anyway, continue on. I work in a gas station, and we have a pump around the back of where like it's like for like a special kind of fuel for like tracks and stuff like that. So one night I'm on with a coworker, and it's pretty quiet. No one's coming in. No one's nothing's happening. We're just doing cleaning right now. Around 8 o'clock, I believe it was, the pump around the back goes off. Like say like, hey, you need to authorize it, because you need to authorize it by the till before they can stop having gas into it. Saves us from people stealing fuel. Anyway, that goes off, and I go and authorize it. Like I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at my phone or whatever. I'm not being a good employee, but hey, never said I was. So we go in what was it? Yeah, so we go off the pump, I go back to my phone, and then my coworker's like, hey, there's nobody at that pump. I'm like, what? Look up. The pump handle's like lying down on the ground next to the pump. I'm like, okay.
The fuck?
That's a bit weird. Nobody's standing by it. I'm like, okay, I'll go and sort it, put it back. I'm like, okay, what happens here then? So when we play back the camera, the thing just falls down on its own. Nothing touched it. What I guess you can say like, okay, maybe it wasn't put back properly. I can understand that. The thing has to move with a bit of force to like fall down. Okay, maybe it's like it wasn't put back properly. It's like put back in an awkward angle. It hasn't happened since, which is the bit that really concerns me. Because if it's happened again, I'd be like, okay, so it hasn't been put down properly multiple times. But it hasn't happened since, and it's been like.
Was any gasoline actually pumped?
Right?
No gasoline was pumped, which would have been like, okay, yeah, that's a bit spooky.
So somebody asked you to activate it, but then didn't pump any gas?
The handle basically fell down. The handle was basically like pulled down, and we went to authorize it, but nobody was there but there was nobody there to pump the gas. And the other thing that really yeah, you said you get it, yeah.
It was the hand of
I was like, okay, the handle wasn't put back properly. You have to move it out to authorize it. So whenever you move it, or like say like, hey, authorize this. The fact that it hasn't happened since, which is the biggest bit for me, because I was thinking like, okay, if it hasn't been put back properly, it's happened like multiple times. It's the only time it's happened. Because I've said this all the time: customers are idiots. I hate some of the customers I get in that shop. So you would think like sometimes like, hey, it's gonna happen. It's also never happened on any of the other pumps. Just that one.
Tell us how you really feel.
I can't 100% confirm it was a ghost or something spooky, but it's definitely the most strange thing that's happened to me in that shop. Other things like I can explain, like stock falling off the shelves, like okay, yeah, it wasn't put up there properly. It's happened like multiple times. Different things fall. I get that.
Okay.
Bond says that might be my cousin who works at gas stations.
That would make sense. You trolling around.
Fucking hours making so many noises.
Okay, this is evidence that who let the Blades out? Who? This is Blades rejecting his acceptance letter to Howard's. Just saying.
I know.
You turned down the opportunity, man. But what the fuck ever.
That's Hedwig out your window, dude.
Exactly. Definitely.
Well, I was going to Hogwarts. I probably.
You're a wizard, Blade.
I'm a what now?
If you go to Hogwarts, would you do it?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude. Heck
Explain.
Wait, if you could go to Hogwarts? What do you mean?
Yeah, why would you go to Hogwarts?
To learn magic?
Okay, let's say, well, okay, so you are in your 30s, and you're going back to school to wake up at 8 a.m. to go and learn magic in a classroom where it's full of dickheads, and the staff, let's just say they're not exactly great, are they? They're great at defending you, but you shouldn't be put in danger in the first place.
Well, let's put it this way. I have 2 college degrees. Every class had a bunch of dickheads and teachers who sucked ass. Okay?
Worth it.
Fair enough. I've told the story about... Did I tell the story about how one of my lecturers got fired from the college? I would say got fired. He got let go from his department.
No.
Oh my god! I'll tell the story. I'll tell the story in a minute.
Show us the doll where he touched you.
So that's why he got fired. That explains a lot about you, Blade. I'm kidding.
He let you touch him?
He touches dongle.
His dongle. Yeah.
That was cocky.
Show us on the wireless mouse where he touched you.
Anyway, talks. Go back to like your story, like college, like your college degree, your college life, essentially.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it wasn't a story.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like your argument against going to Hogwarts, like it. I mean, I've already done it. It's like at college, it was assholes and teachers who suck.
Anyway, okay, yeah. So I'll tell my part now of the lecturer who we all didn't like.
Do you read the chat?
Why
is everyone doing this to me today? Yes, he does.
Okay, so
go ahead, Blade.
Oh my God. So this lecturer was basically an idiot. No way to put it. He was a moron, and he was nice. I'll say that he was a nice guy. Nothing against him, like against him being like, nothing against him like being horrible or anything. But we go. Let's start with the first thing he did, which was the most frustrating thing. So I basically had to repeat my please turn off his camera. He's laughing so much. So I had to repeat my first year of college because I failed a couple of subjects. And he was like the person like to say like, hey, you had to come to me so make sure your class gets signed. And I'm like, okay, not too difficult. I just had to like go and say like, hey, what do I need to do? What do I need to pay and everything like that. It took me 5 attempts to email him saying like, hey, I am failing this. How do I retake it? And where do I retake it? What do I have to do? What do I have to fill out? What do I have to sign? What do I have to pay? It's like, we'll discuss that in class. Like, I don't want to discuss it in class because every single time I try and discuss it, you'd go and do something else.
Wow.
So I had to corner him in a meeting after college had ended. For me, anyway. And basically I said like, hey, I'm failing this. Let me fix it. He's like, okay. So he finally filled out that form and he's like, okay, so you have to come back and pay it at some point. I'm like, okay, that's no bother. And then he got something else to like come out and say like, hey, just sign this, sign that. Oh, you can pay it now if you want. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I have the money, I can pay it now. Went and paid it. I'm like, okay, cool, nothing to worry about. I'll come back in the summer. I can come back next year and I'll finish it off. A week before we go out to college, I get an email from my lecturer saying like, hey, when are you gonna pay for this? I'm like, I paid for it like 2 months ago. Where were you? Where were you and why did you not know this? You are the support for that subject. Why do you not know that I paid for this? I'm like, okay, doesn't matter. I've said I paid for it. I'll carry on. We'll move on. We'll come back. We'll go back. So the first thing he did, this is before we went to lockdown, the first lockdown for us anyway. So we go into lockdown, and before we get into lockdown, sorry, we are learning a subject. This is a subject that the other students are studying, but I've already passed it, so I don't have to worry about it. And this subject is one of the core subjects that comes up on the exam, and it's one like you have 4 main subjects that come on the exam, and the rest are like extra ones you take to get extra credits. So basically, the lecturer I'm talking about had to teach the class on one of these subjects, and he didn't give the class any resources to learn it. Nothing. And this is one of the big ones. This is one of the ones that had the exam on it. And then to try and worm his way out of it, the second they found out about it, or like they were deciding to tell lectures about it, he posted all the materials in a group. It's like, hey, they've been here this whole time. No, they haven't. We've looked and checked that there's been nothing there.
The fuck?
He posted them. Yeah, and he posted them to try and like avoid like losing anything. That was the only dickhead thing he did. Like he didn't like own up to it and like say like, "Hey, I didn't do this. Here are the resources now." He said like, "Hey, the resource has been here this whole time. Check it." Like, yeah, no, they haven't. If one student said like, "Okay, maybe he just hadn't seen it," but it was the entire class who said this. And the final thing he did, which is what really frustrated me the most, is when I finished it, I was a part-time student that year, so I had to go back to being a full-time student the next year. So I was like, "Hey, I passed all these. I'm a part-time student now. I want to go back to being a full-time student. Is there anything I need to fill out and sign for that?" He's like, "Oh no. I'll just let them know when you go back next year." And I say, "Hey, he's a part-time student. He's go back to full-time." I'm like, "All right, cool." A couple weeks go by and I hear nothing. I'm like, "Okay, I'll wait a bit longer." A couple more weeks go by, I still hear nothing. I'm like, "Okay, what's going on here?" And I think like, "Oh, maybe I have to fill out this application form here." But I thought I was only for part-time student for a part-time student. Nope. I filled it out, sent it in, and it basically said, "Hey, you're a part-time student." I'm like, "No, I don't want to be part-time. I want to be full-time."
I remember that.
I'm like, "Okay, why you now said why?" So okay, I'll email my manager. Like, "Hey, I said to you like 2 months ago, why am I not? Why I want to go back to full-time." He's like, "No, you didn't." "Yes, I did." It's like, "Well, you can't. You have to email someone else now because I no longer do that department thing." I'm like, "Great. You didn't tell me this 3 months ago when I asked you then. Didn't think that'd be wise. No."
Oh God, Queen.
I've never been more frustrated with a lecturer ever. Like all my school teachers in the academy, most of them are pretty damn great. I think there was like 2 I didn't like. And then primary school was just primary school, like the teachers were fine there.
Yeah, that was way
But that
different.
lecturer really ticked me off.
Oh God, we probably have school horror stories that we should address sometime. We already did the ones for work anyway, so I don't know.
Did we?
Yeah,
Did we do like horror story?
it was like episode 4, 5.
I remember we did like a horror story. I thought it was like general horror stories. No.
General horror
General
stories.
horror stories.
Yes, fucking go.
Oh, I just my screen.
He says it and immediately goes, "No."
I know he's like he called himself and like, that's cool.
Should we wrap up here because it's been like 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was gonna say it earlier, but yeah, we were on that story. All right.
We'll wrap here. Should we raid another podcast while we're doing that as well?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Right. No, before that, I swear, like I'm pretty sure episode what was it? The Marvel one, episode 9. I'm sure like I saved it somewhere under a different name, so I'm hoping it was just renamed or mislabeled. I'm gonna try to keep I'm gonna try to find it so I can upload it. If not, my apologies in advance. I might have dropped the ball on that one, but we'll do a second part of there's more stuff coming out of like Star Wars and Marvel and other things along those lines that we'll do for all of you guys. So we'll work on it to at least have a new one on the archive. And yeah, I mean this is pretty much it. For tonight. We're gonna do the road to E3 along other specific topics that we're still discussing right now. So there's a lot of stuff coming up for the next few weekends. Again, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Before we sign off for the night and go about the rest of our night, where can the guys find you? What are your socials, or where can the audience engage with both of you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/playmaster2977. I haven't streamed in a while, but I should be back to streaming properly soon. I'll be doing my Outlaws run, Insane run very soon, hopefully. You can also find me at Twitter, twitter.com/playmaster2977. As well, I keep my things very simple. Fox, where can they find you?
I'm right here.
Oh, found you.
You can find me in Arizona.
Kidding. I posted a few links.
That
my
was
Twitter
fast.
link, Twitch link, and my TikTok link.
Anything about streams? Yes, no? You haven't done that in a while. I know Queen has been going at it hard lately. The whole week she's been on COD with Blades.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, I've wanted to, but like this last week I just had the migraine and a headache leading up to a migraine, and then headache since the migraine, and I don't have like I don't know. With this week, I was also grinding Final Fantasy 9, and I just don't think that's a very good game to stream, especially when you're using like the version that's out has like when you pause it, you can actually speed up the gameplay and everything. And so I've been doing that to save time since I'm on a time crunch. And so I don't think anybody would that wouldn't be enjoyable for anybody to watch. So I haven't been streaming that at all.
It's okay.
But hopefully sometime very soon I'll be able to stream something.
I just hope you can make your deadline and finish it tonight and get that completion before it leaves Game Pass.
I don't think it's going to happen. Because even with the 10,000 enemies, like I said, I think I got 20 or 2,400 or something like that left. I still have to beat the game and then run through it another time. And estimates I'm seeing online from other people that have done it with that speed up thing activated is 12 hours. And so that's going to put me past the deadline. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right. Should we end off? D,
nope.
where can we find you?
Where can we find you, D?
At home, chilling. Yeah, no, my.
What's your address? Your address? Let's go raid D's home.
Yeah,
it's
D's address.
Evergreen Terrace. Hey, whoa. Shh, we don't talk that. Speaking of B, where are M and B? I know M is lurking, but she hasn't streamed in a while. You should stream again. M and B will. Yeah, she's active almost every morning. No, but okay, but going back to my socials. She wasn't here today. It's so weird. I miss her. But no,
she streamed yesterday though.
Right, but she's usually not hanging out with us in chat on Saturdays. She's not here, so I understand IRL stuff.
She'll come back.
I know, but she streams during the weekday, so it's all good. My Twitter handle, it's also at YouFulInforme, and for Twitch, you can find me at twitch.tv/YouFulInforme. That's mostly where I'm at because I don't really use my Instagram, and I'm still working on my YouTube. I don't have a custom URL YouTube for now, but I'll be dropping some stuff on there, mostly gameplay highlights. Unless I get to do a review or an unboxing or something, it'll be mostly just fun outtakes and dumb shit out of what we play and stuff like that. But yep, that's pretty much it. Oh, Quinn's TikTok. Everyone's on TikTok right now. Thank you for the challenge. Send me another one. Some of those songs were really hard, but I'm glad I did them. And I'm happy to make more reactions for you guys, for bland reactions and all that. The ones I sent you guys, it was just for you to watch. But then Talks, as soon as he saw it, he made the blind reaction to that one, and I was so happy. I was so motivated I was so glad that you did it that I'm you know what, I'm gonna do it too. And apparently I'm one of the only few people that got the fucking hardcore level 10 fingers down, 11 fingers down, and so did Cass. Because Pancake sent me her results. She didn't get as many. She got the same as you. And a lot of people that I know got around 7 or 8, and I'm oh shit, I may have a problem. I don't know.
No, I got 8, which I did rename them. I kept the noobs one, but then instead of average gamer or what was the other one in the video that you sent me?
It was
I changed the names to those. Instead of average, I put casual, and then instead of big gamer,
hardcore.
I put hardcore.
I used that one too.
But the hardcore range was 8 to 10, and I was at 8. So
and also there were 11
I barely
items.
reached the hardcore requirement.
That's not a bad thing. I think if you reach hardcore, you have a problem. My excuse was hey, I've been gaming for decades, so it was I didn't want to put it in years because that sounds like a lot, but Queen got an 8, so yeah. I sent it to B, so let's see what she does. But yeah, if you guys have any challenges, send me stuff and we'll create that content. But that's the end of the show for tonight. Take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful night, and we'll be around. Peace, guys.
Dongle.
See you soon. Save your dongles.
Dongle.
Dongle arigato, Mr. Bye.
Right.